And we are live. How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to ABL Live. Thank you to everybody for joining. Messed my whole intro up, but I got distracted a little bit. Shout out to you guys for coming on in. I appreciate y'all for rocking and rolling. Let me start over. How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to ABL Live. I can't get it. I messed up. Anyway, I'm here. Shout out to you guys for rocking and rolling. I appreciate y'all for joining. You could be almost anywhere in the world, but you're right here with me live on the show, and I appreciate y'all for that. We got a whole lot going on all over the internets, all over mainstream media, social media, everywhere, and I don't know where to start. First of all, we have UFC 250 happening on Sunday at the White House, and there's quite a bit going on before. We got some Evel Knievel type activity happening on the White House lawn. I thought I would never see it. It looks kind of weird, but we're going to get into that a little bit more a little bit later. Also, SpaceX has gone public. Did you get your stock? I got my stock. Did you get your stock? Some are going to say, oh, don't get SpaceX. It's overpriced and you're going to lose all your money. I would not put, I mean, it's Elon Musk, okay? Whenever Elon Musk is in charge, whenever Elon Musk is going to get something rocking and rolling, I think you can pretty much bet it's going to be a winner. Remember when Twitter got acquired and became X? Look at what it's become. And Grok came out of nowhere. But anyway, we'll talk about Elon Musk becoming the world's very first trillionaire a little bit more a little bit later. Also, Stephen King's brand new movie, Disclosure, is out right now. There's some controversy over the religious aspect. There's talk of it not being a good movie. It's an old school, it's a boomer slop movie. We'll talk about all those things and a whole lot more on tonight's episode of ABL Live. And thank y'all again for being here. You guys are the best audience anywhere on these interwebs. If you like what you're hearing thus far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. I got thrown off of my little opener because I was trying to post the link and it was giving me an old thumbnail, so I had to just fix that right quick at the same time while trying to do my intro, so it threw me off. But shout out to you guys for being in here. I appreciate y'all for rocking and rolling. I'm never going to call it X. It's always Twitter to me. Hey, I've been on Twitter since 2008. I remember I had a video somewhere of me talking about joining Twitter. Like, this is way back, like in 08. I don't even know if was YouTube out in 08? I'm not really sure. YouTube is not what it is right now in 2008. You're talking about 18 years ago when I first got Twitter. So YouTube, all of that was still in its infancy, relatively. Google, same thing. Google at one point was a outbreak startup company, kind of, sort of, and they had to go public. There's a story about Shannon Sharpe. You know what that is? Y'all know who Shannon Sharpe is. Denver Bronco, Baltimore Raven, Hall of Fame football player. Y'all know Shannon Sharpe. Anyway, Shannon Sharpe told Mark Cuban during one of Shannon's podcasts that when Google first came out, he had a chance to purchase a lot of shares. He said he wanted to put $300,000 into it, but his advisors told him that it was overpriced at $115 because it was supposed to be $85. Now imagine if Shannon was to have purchased $300,000 of Google back then for $115 a share. Google will now is Alphabet. Now, I mean, it's a behemoth. I think one share of one part of Alphabet is like $2,500. You could buy fractionals. I mean, hold on. What is a share? Is a share of Alphabet? Or how much is a share? How much is a share of Alphabet? Alphabet, well, 358. For Alphabet Class C. How about, let me get Alphabet A. Yeah, about 360. But that's like what you getting with the Alphabet. And any financial guys, please correct me. You're not getting, if you buy Alphabet A, you're not getting the whole thing. You're not getting the whole alphabet. You're getting a piece. You're getting a fractional. So his share of 100, his shares that would have been purchased at 115 a piece would not have been fractional. It would have been the entire Google rather than Alphabet A, Alphabet C at triple the price. You see what I'm saying? So basically, long story short, he would have made quite a bit of money, being able to go ahead and cash in on that on that stock early when it first came out at the 115. Did a stock split? Thank you, Big O M2Z. Thank you for that. But yeah, and I saw Tom. I ain't gonna talk about that case out there in Texas no more. I'm done with that. So I saw you guys in the comments earlier. Let's not talk about that. I'm done. So don't worry about me. I'm finished with that case. If they appeal it or something like that later, but right now I'm good. I'm not gonna be doing 3 videos a day, every day, all day. I'm good. I'm done with that. But anyway, I saw there was a YouTuber who did a video about ABL, and I didn't watch it, but somebody sent me like a piece of it, like right where he was saying, well, hey, back in the day, I gave ABL and other black conservatives a boost. It's like, how you gonna give me a boost, bro? Like a boost? Look, everybody want to make their content, and it's fine. But you only gotta say that. Just make your content. Just say N-word, watermelon, and do that. Just make your content. I want everybody to be well. I want everybody to get their money. But I don't engage in talking about YouTubers. This is a general thing that I don't do. Even before all of this, I don't talk about YouTubers specifically. Like, I'm not going to put out a video that says X, Y, and Z person gets destroyed. That's another YouTuber. Like, I may see a clip and react to it of an influencer talking about something that is important, or not even an influencer. Like, this is what I'm saying. A lot of what I'm going to show you guys will be things that I'm interested in. Something that it kind of caught my eye or it sparked discussion. But if it's just an influencer trying to get content, there's nothing really there. There's no there for me. It's kind of pointless to even do that, because at that point, it just becomes, you become part of their content. You become part of their strategy. You become part of the way that they make money. So I'm not going to participate in that. If they want to do that, it's okay. And I'm seeing quite a bit of that. You know what it is, really. What that is people battling for what's left of YouTube, meaning what they do. A lot of what this, like the 8 to 10 minute video, a lot of that is old school. It's old school. The young people, they just scroll on their phone. They want short stuff. That's what they want. So if I'm going to reach out to the younger audience, which I have done all throughout me being here, I have to go to where they're at. When I first came here, a lot of the young audience, they latched on, but it's fewer and fewer young people populating YouTube. YouTube is going to become like Facebook eventually, because a lot of us, we're getting up there in age. So as Facebook was once a place where everybody congregated, it was the hot spot. That kind of shifted older as the people who were there at first got older, and YouTube going to be the same way. So then it's going to be TikTok and other just short form stuff streaming. That's where they're going to be. So I focus my energy on that particular generation, because that's who I need to reach out to now. I've reached out to those who are here already. I'm pretty much established here, but now I got to go to them. So getting involved with, ABL and I'm good. You got it. Don't worry about it. It's okay. But shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for rocking and rolling. If you like what you're hearing so far, thank you, Jeff. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Now, I'm seeing a little bit of trolling. Now, I'm a very easygoing guy, but I don't care how long you've been here, I will ban you. So don't do it. Just have let's be all on the same page. If we're all on the same page, then we good to go. Track says, I read most of the Elon Musk biography. He couldn't finish it. His life has way too much drama. Hey, but you know what? That is what creates character. That you go through a lot of things in your life, a lot of trials, tribulations. That is what creates character. What they say, pressure makes diamonds. And look at what Elon has done with his life. The things that he has accomplished. And I'm not trying to glaze him, as a cool kid say. I ain't trying to do that. I'm just saying, look at what he's done. You talking about, like, let's name everything. What's it? Tesla, SpaceX, The Boring Company, X Twitter, Grok. What else? I know I'm missing something. Was he one of the founders of PayPal? Didn't he help get PayPal? Like, this guy's done so much in his life, so many accomplishments. At a certain point, that can't be a regular guy. That can't be a regular Joe. Regular Joe, Joe Blow, the bricklayer. I mean, it can't be that guy. And nothing against Joe Blow, the bricklayer. Shout out to all the bricklayers. Okay, shout out to all the masons and the carpenters and all the hardworking guys. But everybody's not built for everything. Just like I don't think Elon would necessarily do well in the physical kind of job, in a more physically tough kind of job. But what he's doing right now is all in the mind. It's all mental. And I don't know what's going on with this IQ. His IQ is like off the charts. And it's weird seeing people that are critical of SpaceX, critical of the stock being overpriced. It's like, bro, this is Elon Musk. This is Elon Musk you're talking about. You know, people were talking about Tesla was overpriced and it was too much for the stock, but it keeps going up and up and up. I got a video of Tampon Tim talking about, he said he purchased Tesla just to have something to laugh at, meaning the stock, I guess, was plummeting at one point. It was going down. It's like, well, the joke's on you because all stocks go up and down, but the objective is for the down period to still be higher than the previous high. You understand? So it could start right here and do little stuff like this, like alligator teeth like this. And then it'll jump up. Rather than alligator teeth, you got a sheer mountain cliff, a sheer mountainside. It jumps up and then it does alligator teeth again. So the bottom of the alligator teeth, once it gets to the top of that mountain, will still be higher than the previous high, much higher. And that's what has happened with Tesla. So I would not bet against an Elon when it comes to SpaceX. So I already bought my share. I hope you guys got your share of SpaceX. And I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not nothing. I'm just a guy giving his opinion. So don't try to sue me. But I would suggest you go ahead and get your SpaceX right now because it's only going to go up from here. It's only going to go up from here. So just go ahead and get it right now. All right. Dan Clifton says Elon just slaps his name on others' work. I mean, if it was that simple, anybody could do it. Why is it only Elon that can do it? Why is it only Elon that can think of such an easy strategy and become a trillionaire with it? You see what I'm saying? Like you could do it. I could do it. Anybody can do it. I could just go out there and say, hey, yeah, this is a pretty good idea that this guy has. I just happen to get my hands on. Let me just steal it and become a trillionaire. I don't think that's how it really works. But hey, guess what? If it is the way it works, then he's one of the best thieves of all time. He's one of the best sleight of hand, magic, David Blaine type of guys of all time. So I'm gonna put all my chips in on the center of his table. I mean, if you're trying to make money, if you're not, that's okay. I get it. You know what I mean, I know everybody ain't trying to make no money. But again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not nothing. I'm just a guy talking. But I'm giving y'all free game. You know what I mean? I should put it in the book and charge. People take it more seriously. But yeah, please get SpaceX. Like, I'm just saying, just me to you. Just, you know what I mean? Get that. All right. JB says, I'd rather be poor and not be associated with anything, Elon. All right, hold on. Duel says, on paper, Elon's a trillionaire, but behind the scenes, do you think the Saudis and the people in the shadows are richer than him? I mean, I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, with that kind of stuff, like saying he's a trillionaire or whatever he is, it's just a matter of opinion at a certain point. I mean, you can look at a thing and assign a value to it, but is that value correct? Because of course he does not have $1 trillion in his pocket. It's just a matter of what he's worth, his value. So I don't know. I mean, maybe they could be. I mean, there could be other people that you don't even know about who are richer. You have no way of knowing. But I think that him being a trillionaire and you got a public company, or what you got, Tesla, you can buy Tesla, you can buy SpaceX. What else can you buy that Elon has? Oh, I forgot about Starlink. Silly me, I forgot about Starlink. If you could buy into these companies that he has his name attached to, then I would do it. It's like if Jeff Bezos had something, I'm gonna buy into it. The only thing I wouldn't have bought into was Washington Post, because it's the media. There's only so much you can do with the media. But Yeah, anything that Bezos has his name on, I pretty much attach myself to. Anything Walmart, Sam's Club, anything like that, I would go ahead and invest in. Google, Alphabet, Meta, still, even with the whole metaverse kerfuffle, even with that, I would still invest into them. I think these are good stocks. And again, not financial advice. This is just what I do personally. Just what I do personally. Okay. The stock is not for space exploration. Well, whatever it's for, I'm all in. Whatever it's for, I'm all in. It's okay. All right. And shout out to you guys again for rocking and rolling. I appreciate y'all for being here. You guys are the best audience anywhere on these interwebs. And you know what? I see a comment. I'm going to comment on this. Somebody said, how much did you get, ABL? I'm gonna talk about that just in general. That whole idea of people's opinions are not genuine and they're being paid to say some things. Some of that does happen in this space, and the people that get paid to say certain things are the most popular. So it's like, you need to look higher than me. I'm not the kind of guy that can get flown to Russia on a state trip and then talk positive about Russia, or go to China and do the same thing, or go to Qatar and do the same thing. I've not done that. I never even been on Fox News. I'm a really genuine source. So to accuse me of the big boy gang don't make no sense. If I was doing that, I wouldn't be here right now. I'd be over in I'll be over in Ukraine with a flat jacket on, pretending to get shot at or something like that. You know what I'm saying? That's that high level, pseudo Hollywood actor type of thing. That's not what I do. I just give my opinion in my house and that's it. All right. Adam K says Tesla, SpaceX, Starlink, Neuralink, Solar City, The Boring Company. Wow. Yep. I forgot about Neuralink. There was a guy on Joe Rogan talking about he has Neuralink. I think he was like a quadriplegic. I couldn't really tell what his condition was, but he appeared to be immobilized. And he was saying that he plays Call of Duty, but the Neuralink is like having the aimbot. Like he can play with mouse and keyboard, right? Mouse and keyboard. And before he can actually think about moving the cursor, it moves. And he's so much more accurate with it. It's like, it's to the point where it's too good. They got to create a league just for the guys who got the Neuralink. So, hey, if the Neuralink is helping people who have serious medical issues that couldn't be helped otherwise, then I'm all for it. Now, what I don't want is for any kind of mishaps to happen and one of them chips get manipulated with, and now we get Judge Dredd. I don't want that to happen. But I think he's doing a really good thing for humanity. So shout out to him. Okay. Eternal Springs, I think gold's going to drop to 3,800 by December. Experts say 5 to 6K. Well, hey, we'll see. We shall see. All right. But yeah, we're going to see. We're going to see how that whole thing happens. Now, UFC 250. Have you guys seen a lot of the goings on at the White House? You just see the Evel Knievel type activities. We'll show that in a minute. The motorcycles doing loop-de-loops. I don't know if I like it. It looks kind of idiocracy a little bit to me. It kind of reminds me of Hector Camacho. You know what I'm saying? A little bit. And here's my fear though. I like the patriotism. Okay, you got Flag Day and you got Independence Day coming up soon, and you got Juneteenth and all of that. So it's good. I like it. But what I don't want to happen, here's my main gripe. My main fear, I should say, not a gripe, but a fear. I don't want someone to get hurt in the ring. Oh my God. Like I'm talking about like real bad, like blood everywhere. I don't want that to happen. That'd be a really bad look. If somebody got hurt in the ring at the White House UFC. Hey, Dana White, if you can hear the sound of my voice, tell them to go easy in there. Okay. I need like light sparring at best. I don't want to see nobody's orbital get fractured and their eye go all kind of ways. Hey, light sparring. Okay, a little bit of submission, a little bit of groundwork. If you got somebody, if the guillotine is on, go ahead and call it. That one ref, the black guy with the dreads. Okay, you could be getting pummeled to the end of your life. He's like, it's like, bro, you want to go ahead and break that up? But anyway, yeah. If you see the guillotine is locked in, the guy turning blue and green and pink and purple, go ahead and just tap him out and get him off of him. Okay, so yeah. That's what I want to see for the UFC 250 fight at the White House tomorrow. And that's going to be on Paramount Plus, I believe. I think it should be free. That'd be great, right? Put it right on C-SPAN. But no, it's going to be on Paramount Plus if you want to watch it It's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow at the White House, UFC 250. All right. But yeah, and what else with the UFC? I saw some of the stunts and whatnot. I saw the way it's lit up. So we're gonna see how it all plans out. There was a lawsuit trying to stop it. They said that it was, I forget what the exact excuse was, what the reason was they were trying to stop it, but that didn't work. So it's going to continue. Now, my question would be, will you keep that ring there permanently? I would not want that to be there permanently. It's too big, the big dome and all of that. It's just too much to keep there permanently. Now, temporarily for the match, like right after the match, like a Christmas tree. Okay, you got a Christmas tree up. Come New Year's Day, take it down. Some of y'all have it up until right now. Hey, if there's a Christmas tree up in your house right now, I'm not judging you. I'm just saying I would not want that for the White House. If it's your house and, you know, it's not just open to the public and you can kind of keep it private, that's one thing. But on the White House grounds, we would never keep a tree up at the White House. Come August, it's hot outside. Okay, you got birds from the outside coming inside the house, perching in your tree, your artificial tree. Nah, we don't want that. Okay, and then some of y'all have these real trees. The tree is dry as a bone. It becomes a matchstick, dangerous. One false move, your house gonna burn down. You understand? So get the tree out of your house on July 1st. I mean, on not July 1st, on June 1st. January, one of them J's, January 1st. Speaking about J's, Steven Spielberg's new movie, not Stephen King. I said Stephen King at first in my title. I was like, Stephen King's new movie. I saw you guys in the chat. And I think it's Steven Spielberg, ABL. But in my mind, I'm thinking Steven and kind of a small in stature Jewish guy, horror movies, you know, sci-fi. That was kind of like my mind frame. But Steven Spielberg's new movie, Disclosure Day, I saw it Thursday night, 9:00. The theater was empty, but that's not really the best theater I went to. I kind of made a mistake. I should have gone to my usual theater, but I wanted to go closer to where I was at. So it was kind of a little janky. I went in the theater. It's somebody's sweatshirt on top of the chair, but it was nobody there. I'm like, oh Lord, what's going on here? But it was straight. I thought it was a good movie. It wasn't anything like, it was nothing like E.T., nothing like Independence Day, nothing groundbreaking like that. Those were groundbreaking movies when you're talking about sci-fi, popular culture at that time in the 80s. Everything around it was much different. The marketing was different because you're watching TV, right? You're watching your regular shows and you're seeing the commercials for the movie all the time, like interspersed in your favorite show. You're watching Full House. Here comes Independence Day trailer. It looks fantastic, cinematic. You got the toy stores, they got toys and stuff in there. You go to the mall, you go into wherever you're going, they got all kind of merchandise. And then you go see the movie and it all kind of ties into it. Independence Day, that was a crazy one. 1996. I saw a review. I saw a review where the person said that it was like a boomer slop, something like that. One of these new words that y'all be using, the young people, I don't know what it was, but anyway, something like that. And he was like, the movie was like, it was meant for 1996. I was like, what's wrong with that? 1996 was a great year of entertainment. Music, movies, TV, everything was good in 1996. 1996, Independence Day came out. Will Smith, what was that? Jeff Goldblum. Oh, it was amazing. It was great. The acting was great. It was a good movie. And I think this one, although not necessarily groundbreaking, it was a good movie. I look at a movie like a piece of art, like listening to music. I don't look at it for anything other than just the art of it. I'm looking at the cinematography. I'm listening to the sound. I'm observing how they're acting. I'm listening to the dialogue to pick up on any little hints, little clues, any kind of deeper message. It's just, to me, it's just art. And I appreciated it for being a piece of art, but I don't think it was the best thing ever. I don't think it was something that people could hang their hat on as some kind of cultural marker. Maybe you could use some references from the movie, but not really much. It was just a good movie in general. If you're into aliens, if you're into supernatural stuff, if you're into that, then it was good. It was good. Now, there was some issues about the religious part. People said that they're disrespectful about religion, and because Stephen King, before it came out, he would say when you watch the film, it will make you question your faith. Now, I don't think it was like that. I think it was really well done. I think that part of it, and with no spoilers, it was about Christianity, not Islam or anything, about Christianity specifically. And the way that they handled it, I thought it was very respectful, very tasteful. It was not offensive, and I think it fit. If you're a religious person and you want to relate to a movie in a certain kind of way, I think this could fit. Your world belief, I think it'll fit. Your religious belief, I think it'll fit with what you already have. It would not be offensive to you in any kind of way, in my humble opinion. But I thought it was a great movie. Have you guys seen it? Boomer slop. What is boomer slop? I don't know what that means. I don't understand what that means. What is that? Like, I think we use these words. I think that we create new words. Not me, not we. I think that some people, TikTok watchers, young people, they create new words, but the words have no real meaning. It's like slang, informal language. And when you have informal language, the words can mean anything that the person saying it wants it to be, which has no real meaning. When you're talking about signing a contract, you can't put informal language in it. You got to put in really specific language, which is why you got a thing called legalese. I don't think we should use legalese in everyday speaking, but at a certain point when we're communicating with each other, we should be able to understand what we're saying without having to do too much guesswork. Like, I should be able to tell you something. I should be able to talk to you directly about something and you understand. It shouldn't be a bunch of, what does that mean? I don't understand. I don't really get it. If that's happening, then we're not communicating effectively. So I like to know, what does boomer slot mean? And then if anybody can't tell me, then it's like, it means nothing. It means nothing. Anyway, let me see. JV says, I laugh in it. I find it ridiculous anytime Jeff Goldblum saving the world. Hey, he does a good job at it, though. He does a good job. You know, I appreciate his acting. His whole thing I appreciate. He does a good job. Oh, and speaking of Independence Day, I saw Gemini Man for the first time on YouTube. They got it for free. If you've not seen Gemini Man with Will Smith, you got to check it out. It was really, really good. Really, really good. That was kind of a sci-fi angle as well. And I guess it wouldn't be spoiling it to say that he was fighting his clone, a younger version of him. It was really good. Really, really good. It reminded me of me and Dad because we're like that too. We're like the kind of, big guys. It was very interesting to see. Really creative movie. A lot of good dialogue in that as well. So yeah, check out. You want to go to the theater, check out Disclosure Day. If you want to just watch YouTube and you've not seen Gemini Man, watch Gemini Man for free. Tazante says, boomer slop content created by old people. Oh, okay. But why's it got to be slop, though? I think that old people make some good entertainment, especially when it's not just you. You know, Steven Spielberg's, 79? So he's up there in age. But, of course, he's not going to be the only one on the movie. You're going to have a whole team of people. So it's kind of like being the president running the country. You got Trump, same age, 79. You can have a team of people who are able to do certain things, and you're not required to do everything. You may be the guy who has the executive power to make final decisions, but the entirety of the movie is not up to you to make. You're going to have people in certain positions who do that job for you. So you can have Marco Rubio and Steven Spielberg's camp doing a bunch of different things. Now, you're going to have that person get credit internally or among those who know a little bit outside of that bubble, but ultimately, Steven Spielberg would be the one that gets the credit because he is the top dog here. JV says, good movies died last century. Yeah. It's not a lot of good movies. It's not a lot of good movies coming out. The 80s, 90s movies were really good. 2000s began to slip a little bit, but there were still some good ones. There's still some good movies here and there, but you got to catch them. The last movie you saw was Split. Okay. That's right. Tomorrow is Trump's birthday. Yeah, I knew his birthday was coming up. I didn't even think about it being tomorrow. So You got Flag Day tomorrow and Trump's birthday, and also UFC 250 at the White House. Ernest says there's too many plot holes in Disclosure Day. Spielberg back in the day would have plugged them up, hence why Out of Touch, aka Boomer. But give me a plot hole though. Give me like one instance without spoiling. You can say it vaguely because I'll be able to understand you since we already saw the movie. But give me an example of a plot hole that was there. I mean, there are going to be some plot holes, but that's with every movie. I can point out a plot hole in any movie. Any movie that you put in front of me, I can point out a lot of plot holes that the average person might not see because it doesn't really matter ultimately. It doesn't really matter, you know? Okay, the Michael Jackson movie. I gotta check that out. I've heard good things. But it's been a lot of young ladies that watch that. So I don't know. Is it a chick flick? Like what's going on with it? I don't know. But I'll check it out just to say that I did. Color Me Abstract says, ABL, you're gonna do a show with Timothy Alberino, expert on a lot of stuff. I'm not familiar with him, but if you guys send me his channel or wherever he is, I'll check him out and see what's what. But I'm not familiar with him, so shout out to him though. And I was something else I wanted to see here. Something else I wanted to see, but yeah, Independence Day. I know they made Independence Day, but I'm just saying that came out. That's like in the same vein, like that same type of movie. Destin says, do you guys think that it's a good idea to have an NHL game on the South Lawn or the White House? Is that what's happening? When is that going on? I have no idea. I don't know anything about that. I would think that you would need an ice rink for that. So when are they going to do that? It can't be right now in the summertime. It's 95 degrees outside. Hey, is it hot where you are? Listen, I feel like right now it's about 80 degrees at almost 9 o'clock at night. It's like 80 degrees. Hold on. What is the temperature? Hold on. I'm about to see. I know it's at least, hold on. It's 82 degrees right now. 82 degrees right now. Yeah. And it feels like 92 right now as we speak. It's the sun is going down. Now, hopefully when the sun is finally set, we might get a couple of degrees difference. Hey, I'm out there cutting the grass on, what was that? Yesterday, day before yesterday. I'm 9 a.m. sweating bullets. I'm talking about it's hot. Shout out to all the World Cup guys. There were some jokes on the internets about the World Cup guys having to pause games for hydration breaks. It's real because it didn't get hot like that in Europe. Come down to Atlanta, Georgia, you playing a soccer game outside or the roof might not be like, hey, you in there playing in this hot weather, it's going to wear you down. It's going to wear you down. Yeah. So shout out to all the guys outside working. Oh my goodness. If you have a job working outside, you do anything where you got to be outdoors for the majority of the time, God bless you, because I know it's hot out there. And especially if you got to work construction, you got all this equipment on, you got hard hats and you got pants on, boots. Man, you're going to be completely drained by the end of the day. Completely drained. It's very hot. Out there in Europe, they're not really used to all this heat. They're used to a cooler environment. Tracer says it's nice, hot and humid here in Michigan. Love it. Michelle says just 86 here, but the humidity at 69%. But the humidity is something else. So what's the humidity here? I know it's high because I don't even see it right here, but I know it's high. I don't even really got to see it. I just know it's super high. Yeah. It says 75%, but it felt like 100% humidity. All right, and then what else we got going on? Oh, so yeah, Disclosure Day. I think it's a good movie. Check it out. It should be in your theaters right now. I don't see anywhere to see it online as of yet. Go to the theater, check it out, get some popcorn, and enjoy it. There's something else I wanted to cover. Hold on. I covered Elon with the Trillionaire stuff. Oh, and then one of Elon's employees, did you see where I put a short video up? One of Elon's employees was given like 6,500 shares of SpaceX. He's a Mexican immigrant, came there and started working as a welder, contract welder. Got 6,500 shares And now those shares are worth well over $1 million. So he was just a regular guy making like 20 something dollars an hour as a welder, got all those shares in the beginning, and over the course of 10 years, now as they go public, you're talking about over $1 million that they're worth. Now, here's my question. Would you guys keep that and let it grow? Like keep the shares, let it grow, or would you cash out right now? Because some people say that the value of the company is going to tank. Elon Musk doesn't have what it takes to make it. They're bearish on Elon. But me, I'm going to go ahead and just keep it, hold it, because I know it'll be worth more in the future. I know my $1 million will grow to 10 million. That's my confidence I have in a company like SpaceX. That's like if Google came out with a new company, a new IPO. I'm getting that. Yeah, I'm getting that. When you're talking about new things that are kind of untested, maybe untested people, you're a little bit more cautious about investing your money. But when you have kind of a surefire bet, I can't lose. You're talking about something that you could be getting government contracts involved with the company. Like that's real deal guaranteed money. Real deal guaranteed money. Track says keep half, diversify, cash out half. I ain't cashing out nothing. I'm keeping the whole shebang. Unless I need it, but beyond that, I'm keeping the whole shebang. Hey, I'm letting it grow. I'm letting all that grow. Because I'm going to regret it in the future when I really want to cash out and I got half of the money I should have. Rather than 10 million, I got 5 million. All because I wanted how much at that time? Like 100,000, 200,000. All right. But yeah, man, we know there's videos out there, but hey, I don't care. Any YouTubers making videos, make your content, make your money, but I'm not going to participate in it. I'm not going to participate. I'm not going to join, make your content, make your money. All right, but let's keep on going here. And thank you guys for rocking and rolling. I appreciate y'all for being here. Shout out to you guys, of course, for being the very first sponsor. Shout out to also patriotpost.us, your best source of news and information anywhere on these interwebs. Their link will always be in the description, or go to patriotpost.us in your browser. Tell them that ABL sent you. Also go to ablmerch.com. That is ablmerch.com. You get the hats, t-shirts, stickers, hoodies, mugs, and more right there on the website, ablmerch.com. Also, please go to my regular website, anthonyblogan.com. That is ANTHONY, the letter B, LOGAN.com. Go to the front page of the website, and for each long-form video I produce, I write an article, and in each article, I'll have sources from the left, from the right, from the center, from the Democratic, Republican, politically agnostic, local, national, international, whatever you want. I got it right there on the front page of the website, anthonyblogan.com. Also, go to anthonyblogan.com/contact-us. There you're able to find my email address, my snail address, my UPS box, so of course, my social media accounts, my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, never going to call it X, TikTok. All my links are right there on the contact page of the website, anthonyblogan.com/contact-us. And as I always say, if you think you're talking to me on the internet, it's not me, it's somebody else. Don't get scammed. 2026. We don't have time for it. Please don't. Please stop. Hey, did you guys see a clip? Maybe I'll play it here later. But about David Oyelowo talking about the Nigerian accent. You know, how it's like the Southern accent is the same. It's just, he said, and he got controversial. He said the Black Southern accent has slavery and oppression in it. Now, that was rough, but hey, it's not much of a jump between how I sound and how they sound. It's just a slight difference in intonation. Now, I just don't sound like this, so I don't got that going on. But that was a thing many moons ago. Yeah, many moons ago. We don't do that no more. We're not gonna do none of that no more. But I think he had a point. But people are gonna be a little bit upset about that. Okay, I'll play that a little bit later. I'm gonna start off with SpaceX. Okay, here's what they put out on NASDAQ, because I think Elon rang to open the bell. NASDAQ already knows what it is. They already know what it is. They're moving all the financial stuff down to Texas. Like, there, you see, like, okay, do you see what's happening? Elon is like shifting geography. Of course, they're moving down south because New York sucks, Mom Donnie, all that kind of stuff. Okay, cool. But Elon was already in Texas. A lot of the big money is going right to Texas, the financial markets, everything. And now we got SpaceX. And then here comes Elon ringing to open the bell at NASDAQ. So you already know what it is. Let's watch this again from NASDAQ about SpaceX.
There are always problems on Earth. There are always things that we wish to be better, that we want to solve here on Earth, and we should solve them. But there also have to be things that get you excited about the future, that make you glad to wake up in the morning, because you can't wait to see what happens next. That's the future that SpaceX wants to bring to you.
Today is a day that will be recorded in history books for SpaceX, for the public markets, and for the global economy. We are just beginning. It might feel like a long haul, but it's going to be even more exciting going forward.
Nothing better than now having the ability for everybody to be a part of the SpaceX journey.
There we go. So shout out to NASDAQ putting that out about SpaceX. Again, if the IPO just opened up, I think it opened at what, 135, and it's going up, up, up. When you get it, if you wait a little while, it's going to go 3, 4, 5. I don't know what it's going to peak at. What do y'all think it's going to stop at? SpaceX opened on the market at 135. I think now it was like 220, 250 something. What do you think it's going to be at the peak? Will it peak at all? Do we have a peak coming for years? Like, is it going to be like a Google or Amazon? It'll keep going up and up and up. What do y'all think? Y'all let me know. Now, here's about the Mexican immigrant, legal immigrant coming here as a welder, getting contract work and getting a bunch of shares of SpaceX and keeping them for a very long time. Now that they're going public, he's a millionaire just that quick. I think there were like 4,400 or some big amount of people who became instant millionaires when SpaceX went public.
How did you end up with a job at SpaceX?
And a friend that I met at another job ended up in SpaceX. And then he called me. And I told him, I don't even know what SpaceX is, but let's go. You know?
Hernandez says he worked there for 10 years, rising to supervisor, still holding 6,500 shares of SpaceX. How much money do you stand to make in this IPO?
That opening is going to be like around, $880,000.
$880,000.
Yes. As an immigrant, I was always taught just to work hard, do the best I can what I do. And thanks to SpaceX, you see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Do you feel like you've achieved the American dream?
Yeah, but there's no reason to stop.
How did you end up with a job at SpaceX?
And a friend that I met at another job ended up in SpaceX. And then he called me. And I told him, I don't even know what SpaceX is, but let's go. You know?
Hernandez says he worked there for 10 years. Right.
All right. So shout out to my man over there getting that money with SpaceX. Hey, if I'm him, I'm keeping all the money. I'm keeping it all in my pocket. Everything. Because it's going to keep on going up. Now, maybe at a certain point when it's really, rocking and rolling, I might pinch off a piece. But I'm going to keep, at least I'm going to keep all the principal in there. For sure. Now, once it gets to a certain point above it, it might pinch off. But beyond that, I'm keeping it forever.
Are you?
Oh, and yeah, it was 4,400 current and former employees who become millionaires overnight because of SpaceX going public.
Are you a new millionaire today, sir?
I can't say.
You can't say, but you might be.
Might be.
Do you?
Hey, that smile tells me everything. That's the $1 million smile. He came out there. Hey, I can't say, man. It's like winning the lottery. Hey, man. I don't have the ticket. The ticket's it's not in my name. I don't have the ticket.
You can't say, but you might be.
Might be.
Do you own shares of SpaceX?
Yes, I do.
What can I ask you? What you do here?
Process planner.
Process planner. So, assuming you are a millionaire, which you probably are, what are you gonna do?
Try to stay healthy.
That's a good plan, right?
Number one.
Yes, sir. So how do you feel about this IPO today?
Great.
You feel good about it?
It's a beautiful thing.
Yes, sir.
Yes. I mean, Elon is the best. Go Elon.
Yeah.
Are you a new millionaire?
Shout out to Elon. Hey, I already know. Are you a new millionaire? Hey, man, I don't know. Of course. So, hey, shout out to him. That's a great thing that Elon's doing for a lot of people. Current and former employees were able to become millionaires because of the IPO. All right. Now, here he is at the NASDAQ speaking.
And that's what SpaceX is all about. It's to take the fiction out of science fiction and create an exciting, inspiring future for everyone. We want to be able to take anyone who wants to go to the moon, anyone who wants to go to Mars, or anyone in the solar system, and maybe beyond the solar system at some point. We want to be able to take you there. Not just a few astronauts. I mean, you, literally you. There are always problems on Earth. There are always problems on Earth. There are always things that we wish to be better, that we want to solve here on Earth, and we should solve them. But there also have to be things that get you excited about the future, that make you glad to wake up in the morning, because you can't wait to see what happens next. And that's the future that SpaceX wants to bring to you.
So there we go. SpaceX, NASDAQ, getting money. And if you didn't hear me in the beginning, I'm not a financial advisor, but I recommend you get some SpaceX stock, SPCX. Get it now because it's going to keep going up. Something is going to crash out. Okay, all right. Think whatever you want to think. Bet against Elon if you want to. Bet against Elon if you want to. Hey, some people just don't like Elon, like this person right here. Okay, you have I'm going to turn the sound off, but you have a Tesla with the no Elon sign on it. Now, in their defense, this could be done for a reason that is not just about what they think specifically, because when people see a Tesla in certain parts of the country, they want to go vandalize it. So this is a way to keep the vandals at bay. So I understand. I totally get it. But you could say you don't like Elon, but you most certainly like his technology. Like his technology. So same thing. If you don't like Elon, it's okay. But the companies are going to make money. You might not like a Bezos or a Bill Gates or whatever, but they're going to make money. So if you want to get money and you could buy into their company, why wouldn't you do that? I think it just makes sense. You know, people say that they don't have the same advantages as a rich person, but you can get stock and get a piece of their company. I got a lot of stock. Like stocks, that's really the way. My favorite investment is stocks. Real estate, stuff like that is cool, but stocks, that's where it's at, in my humble opinion. Some see that as gambling. I don't really see it as gambling. I think when you are spending money on these websites like FanDuel, you're betting parlays on sports games. I think that's more gambling. And okay, I put it to you like this. I think when in terms of corruption, there's a lot more room for corruption in the field of sports gambling than there is with stocks, stock manipulation and all kind of insider trading. I think there's more shenanigans going on with the sports betting and this other kind of weird betting. You could bet on anything. There's more going on with that. Going to Las Vegas is more of a scam than that. The house always wins. Like, you're not really going to win in Vegas. You're just going to go there to have a good time. And if you lose money, oh, well, that's just part of it. It's just like spending money. But stocks is not quite that way. Anyway, so here is Tampon Tim back in the day talking about a Tesla stock. Okay. He had the same negative point of view. It's, Elon, he doesn't know what he's doing. I'm not going to invest. Okay. Now, here is Tampon Tim. I'm not sure when this was. I guess maybe it was 2024 because I've not seen him before or since then. Anyway, let's watch.
That little stock app, I added Tesla to it to give me a little boost during the day. 225 and dropping. So, that little stock app.
Okay, he says it was at 225 a share. Now, I guess this was 2024, because, again, I've not seen Tampon Tim waltz before or after 2024 when he was Kamala's vice presidential pick. The second, the runner-up, the bench player, because they could not pick Josh Shapiro, who they really wanted because he's a J, and Democrats don't like J's right now. They're going through their Nazi era, right? You know, how the kids say, the soft girl era? They're going through their Nazi era right now in the Democratic Party. The Jews, it's the Jews that, and they couldn't pick Josh Shapiro, so they had to settle for Tampon Tim. Now, he said it was, what, 225? Is that what he said? 225 and dropping. It is now 406. It is now 406. Okay. And it just keeps going up and up and up. Up and up. I think the height was 475, and that was December of 25. So let's just guesstimate he might have been saying this stuff right around, because they selected Kamala, what was that, in August of 2025 to be the president, the VP, the presidential nominee for the Democratic Party, after they let Joe Biden run and then drop out. Nah, 2024. So August 23rd, 24, it was at 220. And the peak that year was 406, the way it is right now. So in December 1st, 24, it was 406. So it ain't take much time to go up. My point is, don't take stock advice from haters, because obviously they're wrong. Now, here is the Shannon Sharpe story. Here's the Shannon Sharpe story, because Shannon was told by a financial advisor to not purchase Google because it was overpriced.
I remember when Google came out and they thought the shares were going to open up about $85 a share. And I remember saying to my financial guys, and I was like, oh, you know what? I had just signed with the Ravens, so I had some money. And I was like, man, I'd like to buy, $300,000 worth. Well, it opens up at 115, and he says it's overpriced. And so, it's going to come back.
Right. They don't have the profit. Yeah. Hey, I've done that. I know you're not the first one to say it's like NVIDIA. It's like NVIDIA right now, right? I told my son wanted to invest in it, and he bought some, and I'm like, I'd rather see it come down first. And my son's like, I got you. Who's the expert now, right?
Think about it. And how many times has Google split?
Oh, I mean, it's worth over $3 trillion now. $3 trillion. Trillions. I mean, not billions. That's 1,000 billions, $1 trillion.
Yes. So my investment, I'd have been a billionaire with you.
Right? You fucked.
And then also, something about if you get Robinhood, I know they had a little issue many years ago, but I swear by Robinhood. Robinhood till the casket drops. I keep Robinhood. I made a lot of money on Robinhood. Robinhood, if you get Robinhood, you could buy fractional shares, if I'm not mistaken. So you don't have to buy, I don't know, it might be available, but as far as I know, you could buy fractional shares. You don't have to buy the entire stock. So you might not be able to afford the entire one share, but you could buy a piece of it. If you got $5, invest $5 if you can into a stock, because that's going to grow. If you can't afford $300 for a share or whatever it is, buy a fractional and you can still have ownership that will grow. And then once you're able to have more money, just put that in there. Now, here's Jeff Bezos talking about SpaceX. This is from the interview. It might have been a couple weeks ago with Andrew Ross Sorkin, but he's talking about SpaceX right here. I've not seen this clip yet.
One of the things that's amazing is you're doing this at seems like more a price competitive price point than your competitors.
We have to. This is space travel is a solved problem since the 60s if you don't care about cost.
Right.
And so what we're trying to do here is all really about economics. We have to build a vehicle that not only does the mission, but does it inexpensively. And that unlocks a lot of progress for humanity if we can do that. And that's what SpaceX is working on. People ask me sometimes, about SpaceX, and I would say, I think I'm very admiring of what SpaceX has done. And I want the world to have at least 2 SpaceXs.
Right.
You know, maybe even more. Great industries are made up of many companies.
Where do you see where you guys are compared to where they are? And what is your own trajectory look like?
They have the Falcon 9, the smaller vehicle that they fly, not Starship. Falcon 9 is the most successful launch vehicle ever created. And so it flies, you know, more than 100 times a year. It's highly reliable. It's inexpensive. And so it's a huge success. And so, but with regards to Starship, so Starship is much larger than Falcon 9. New Glenn is much larger than Falcon 9.
Right.
So this next generation, we're kind of in the race. We're in the race.
Now, this is before the explosion, because you heard I'm talking about the New Glenn. That was where the explosion happened, because they were testing the rockets, I believe. It was on a test launch. They were just testing some functionality of the rocket or the rockets, and that's when they had the explosion. So, yeah, this is before that. But I did not hear that part about him talking about SpaceX. So, yeah, Jeff Bezos got to get credit where credit is due. I appreciate people who may be competing with others who can still say they're doing a good job, they have good work, recognize what the reality is. Yeah, Bezos is not a tall guy. Bezos is like a 5'6", 5'7" kind of guy. Yeah, not very tall. Andrew Ross Sorkin is kind of a unit. Andrew Ross Sorkin probably like my size. Well, not my size, but my height. Hold on. Or he might be taller than me. He might be a good 6'4". No way. 5'7"? Am I tripping? No, 6'3". Okay, yeah. I'm about, he ain't no 5'7". I know what a 6-foot person looks like. And nah, Andrew Ross Sorkin is, I would say, a good 6'2", 6'3". That's like my height. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's keep on going here. Now we got UFC 250 coming to the White House. That's like an artist rendition, I suppose. But that's kind of the way it looks. And you have the White House here. You got this big kind of tent, not tent structure here. Yeah, you got to remove that after the event is over with. Yeah, that can't be there. That's kind of an eyesore. If it's going to be there permanently, it's like a carnival got set up right there in the front of the White House. But I think it's going to look good on TV. I think it'll look good on TV, but let's not have it there permanently. Okay, they put out a little teaser trailer on the White House Twitter page. Okay, we got some painting and stuff going on. Great trailer, I suppose. Okay. I don't even know what's going on here. Let's check it out. We got music going on. So yeah, just like a little bit of, you see on the top, kind of a ring walk around. So you can see out there, what's that, the South Lawn? And then you can walk around the ring and you can see the White House in the background up here on this one. See? So that'll be how it looks tomorrow night, because it's starting at, I think, 8 p.m. So the sun will be going down when they start. Or it might already be down. It depends. Like out where I live, the sun sets at 9 p.m. Like it just got dark right now. The sun sets at 9 p.m. But depending upon where you live, the sun could set sooner, because 30 minutes from me, you have the central time zone. So I think right where you get closer to the time zone marker, that is when the sun sets the latest. And then it just goes over to the other time zone. So if you're further east, the sun will set earlier, right? Because once you get past like the northeast, all of that, it'd be a new time zone. B2 says, how about that ATL soccer energy? Hey, Atlanta is loving the World Cup. Yeah, I've been through there since they have had FIFA down there. And I'm seeing a lot of tourists, a lot of Europeans and other kind of people down there. A lot of ATLians, people that's out there enjoying it. I wanted to go to a match, but I'm gonna go to that thing they got. I'm gonna go to that fan event thing they have. I'm gonna go there. I might go there on Friday. So if y'all gonna be there, y'all see me for sure. Y'all see me, come holler at me. I'll definitely go to that fan event. I don't know where, I forget where it's gonna be. I got it on my phone, but I'm definitely gonna go there. FIFA World Cup, the energy is way different. I want to go into the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. That stadium is so nice. It's so beautiful. But the energy in Atlanta for World Cup is something else. Okay. Now, here is a different view of the half arena type thing. So you see the seats and the octagon in the middle, and then the big roofing structure on top. Now, what's the purpose of the roof? Is that to prevent, like, if you got weather or somebody trying to fly a drone or do something crazy? What are the odds of somebody trying to launch a drone and make an attack right there? What are the odds of that happening? I think the security is going to be pretty tight and will prevent that. But yeah, I'll definitely be going to the events in Atlanta. What's the name of that event? Hold on. I got it on my phone. What is it? It's the fan experience. I'm going to that. Okay, let's keep going here. And if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Now, did you guys see this video? Now, Pete Hegseth was working out, and a lot of pages have posted this piece totally out of context. Now, this video has like 6.9 million views just on this particular page.
35. Let's go. Push. Come on, hit it. Somebody get in here. 30 seconds left. 44. One more. 35. Let's go. Push.
So people see this and they think, oh, Pete Hegseth can't lift 135 pounds. That's what they think. But what they don't know is that he just did 44 reps. And it's part of a whole exercise that they're doing out there. They were doing a lot of different things out there, not just this piece. So 44 reps, he just went to failure. He wanted to get 45, but he had failed at 44. So yeah. So if you ever have lifted weights, you have done this before. You go all the way to failure. Any kind of physical activity. Pull-ups, push-ups, whatever you're doing, you go to failure. Excuse me. So you can't do it anymore. Your muscles just give out. That's how you break your muscles down. You rest, you eat, whatever, build your muscles up. So that video was posted. People just thought that it was real without knowing any kind of context. Now, here is some of the actual video, just so we on the same page. I'm not making it up.
Go, got this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way down, all the way up. 13. All the way down, all the way up. 15.
Now, the form, Pete, I get it, but I was a weightlifter when I was young. And I had a weight bench in my room just like this when I'm like in high school. And the way I was taught is you do it slow. Bring the bar down to your chest and like right above your chest. Leave like that much room. But don't bounce it. Is he bouncing the chest? He's not bouncing it.
6, 7, 8.
A little bit. He's kind of bouncing a little bit, but not really. Because what some guys do, they just let it hit their chest and use that momentum to get it off. So you kind of like cheating a little bit because you get that momentum. You're not actually lifting the weight. Get it down to your chest and push slow, but push all the way. He's kind of going
9, 10.
He still got 45-degree angles. 90-degree angles going on. That ain't really what you want. You want full extension. But still, it was not like he was just struggling to lift 135 pounds. He had lifted a lot and went to failure. Okay. Do we have trolls in the chat? Is that what we have? You can't be, young white boys watching old black man on a Saturday night. Like, let's have something better to do with your life. Let's have something better to do with your life. Oh, and remember your man. It reminded me when I first saw the first clip, I was like, No way. That can't be real. But it kind of reminded me of what's happening right here with Mom Donnie. Now, this is a full video, not cut up, not taken out of context. This is a full clip. He tried to do less weight than what Pete had a bunch of times and couldn't really get it.
Yeah! This is how you move up in the poles. Yeah! Yeah! Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go! Yeah! Let me get one more, let me get three! Let me get three! Let me get three! Yeah!
Yeah, so a little bit, just a little teeny bit different. Little teeny bit different. That's all. That is it, and that is all. Okay. Now, I got to get rid of some of these trolls. Come on now. You're a 22-year-old white boy in the trolling the old black man. You got to get something to do with your life, you know. Get something better to do with your life. Come on now. Yeah, but the arms are not all the way extended. You're talking about, but still, I think that's better. If you, like, let's say, if you could just do it that way, that's accepted. I think a lot of people couldn't do it still. They couldn't do it still. A lot of people can't get the way off the bar. And that's sad, but not everybody's had physical activity like that in their life. And the men specifically, not the women. Not the women are not supposed to have upper body strength like that. But the men, a lot of guys have not really done too much of that. So once they get right there up under that bar, they're gonna be like Zoran Mamdani. Okay, Zoran Mamdani worried about his latte and whatnot. He's not worried about lifting no weights. That might have been his first time ever lifting weights. Maybe he might have done it in PE and failed it then. But beyond that, he's not a weightlifter at all. All right, hold on. And let me see here. And if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Okay. And hold on. Samantha says Candace was just hating on the other day, talking about, oh, that's fake PR to get you to go to war. I mean, at the end of the day, you want people to be physically fit. I don't see what's wrong with that. If you're gonna see people getting fit, being active, there's nothing wrong with that. I see that as an extension of RFK's Maha program. I don't see nothing wrong with that at all. A lot of us don't do anything. We do nothing. We just kind of like blobs. We're like blobs in the chair. So that's not anything wrong with that. But like I said, Candace, that's not my cup of tea to listen to for a podcast. I think she's done some good work in her life, but as far as that podcast, that's not really for me. Okay. Let me see. Samantha says, I've heard it's some of the most anti-American rhetoric I've ever heard in my life, entire time following podcasts. I'm not surprised. Not surprised at all. You got a good leg strength, Samantha? Yeah, women got better lower body strength than men because they have to. Like pound for pound, women have more lower body strength than men because they got to be able to carry a baby. You see, we don't got to do that. But when it comes to actually being able to do physical things, to build things, to lift things, to do all of that, you got to have good upper body. So we have more of a capacity for upper body strength, but women pound for pound are better when it comes to lower body strength, in my humble opinion. Okay. Now, the UFO files. Have you seen these UFO files? These new things that have come out? And what do I think about them? Do you think that it's legitimate? It's illegitimate? It's nothing to see there? Like, what I think is really happening with these things? Now, this really came from the UFO files. And who knows what that is? What is that right there in the sky? If you were to see something like that, what would you think? What would come to your mind? If I see that, I'm just like, hey, man, you're going to have a problem. There's going to be an issue here. Yeah, I'm going to try to just like go inside. I don't know what I would try to do. As if going inside is going to work. If I'm going to just go inside my house, whatever that is right there is going to be able to go through my walls and come get me. So I don't know what I would do. Now, this right here, I have no idea what that is. A lot of these things I'm not really familiar with. Obviously, I don't think anybody's familiar with these objects. But it's interesting how these are coming out right now, right during the Stephen King movie, Steven Spielberg movie. And there's some more going through the trees. The way they're moving, unnatural. And have you guys ever seen anything like this in the sky? You couldn't explain it. Now, I've done some night stargazing, and I see some things that I quickly dismiss as just a plane or something like that. But then there's sometimes I see things and it's like, what's that? I don't know. I have no idea what that is. And then there's more over here. And there's all kinds of reports, not just videos, but reports. People see orbs. They see all types of things. What do you think these things are? Do you think that they're extraterrestrial? Do you think they're man-made? Some say they come from us. It's just us out here playing around, advanced technology that we're not really used to. And that was also a piece of Disclosure Day, Steven Spielberg's new movie, without giving too many spoilers. It was a lot of that in there. Talking about advanced technology, extraterrestrial life, the way it will present to you. All of that was in there. The religious part, all of that was a part of it. You got a crazy orb on video. I ain't gonna say your name. You got some crazy names, but a lot of people have these videos on their phone. Morgan says, I'm the same ABL. Some seem legit and some just tinfoil crap like Loch Ness, LOL, or crop circles. Yeah. A lot of that is like, okay. And then some are going to say it's AI. Hey, I put a video on TikTok. I think, what was it? It was about something. It might have been about the other case, or it might have been a review on this. People were saying, hey, are you AI? It's like, me? AI? I sound that crazy? Anyway, with AI, you don't ever know what's true or false. I don't know why they would put out an AI video as if it's real. Some say it's a distraction because you got Iran still in the background. I mean, Iran's Iran. There's not anything new about Iran. For a while when it first happened, it was a really, really hot subject, and it is still a hot subject. But since there's no new developments, really, then it's not really hot anymore. Because all I'm worried about with Iran is, will the conflict end anytime soon? If you're talking about, oh, we got a deal and then the deal fell apart and this and that and the third, is like, okay, that's fine. All the goings on of the case, the goings on of the situation, the goings on of the conflict, that's fine. But wake me up when there's resolution, because all the extra back and forth, I don't really care. When it's over with, let me know. Wake me up. Yeah, there's not really been any alien abductions lately. That was a thing that happened many years ago. Some say that was us using this technology to abduct humans and conduct experiments. That's what they say. But I don't know anything about that. I just know that there's not been any reports of abductions happening in a very long time. But there are reports of these craft in the sky and in the water. There are reports of that. AI killed Photoshop. Well, I mean, Photoshop was just the first advent of AI, because Photoshop back in my day was seen the same as AI is today, because it was really taboo to Photoshop your pictures. If you had a picture that looked a little bit too good, oh, that's Photoshop. It's like it didn't even really count that it was Photoshopped. But now we get AI, it does the same thing as Photoshop, but it does it better, honestly, because I used to do retouching with pictures, and it makes no sense to use Photoshop to retouch if you understand how to use AI to do the same thing. Now with AI, the only issue is that it's going to create a new image. But in many ways, when you're talking about photo editors, that's what they do. They create a new image. Yeah, I've seen guys edit a picture by hand. By the time they're done airbrushing this and pinching this and that, they done took an hour, 2 hours or whatever, and you have an entirely brand new image based on the original image. They had the source material and then the finished product. With AI, it's the same thing, but it takes a fraction of the time. okay, here's a picture and upscale it. I've done that for videos. If it's a picture that's kind of grainy, I'm going to just tell AI to upscale it. And now it looks better. It's like I photoshopped it. Back in my day, when somebody would give me a bad picture, because I'm doing club flyers, they give me a bad picture, and they say, hey, can you fix this picture up, make me look better for the flyer? It's like, as long as so much I can do. The phrase we had was garbage in, garbage out, G-I-G-O. If you give me a bad picture, I can't make you, I can't turn water into wine, but now that I got AI, I can. Take that same picture and make it look beautiful. Yeah, I've seen people restore old pictures from family photos and make them look beautiful. I might do the same thing. Previously, that could have been done, but it would take an artist rendition. It would take a lot of money and a lot of time. But now there's no need for that. Some see this as being, I don't know what the word is, dishonest. They see it as being dishonest, but I don't think I see it that way. I think I see it as being efficient. And as I said before, some are afraid that AI will take a lot of jobs, and it will, but it also create many jobs. Maybe you couldn't have done what you want to do before when you had to get human beings to work for you to do the thing, but now you can use AI, and whatever you want it to do can now be accomplished. So it's much more simple. Tazante says AI can turn water into Zima. That's funny. That is hilarious. Yeah, I guess to keep it, well, hey, it's out there. If it's on the internet, it's out there. What are we gonna do? Computers are not smart. Computers are very smart, but they're not human. All right. Drew Peanut says, my girlfriend Onisha is your biggest fan. Her 30th birthday is the 21st. Please wish her happy birthday. Well, Onisha, shout out to you. Obviously, you got somebody good in your corner. Shout out to you guys. Happy birthday. Enjoy your 30th. You're still a young whippersnapper. I'm about to hit 42, so you're a lot younger than me. Happy birthday. Enjoy yourself. And Drew Peanuts, shout out to you. That was a good use of your time and your monies. And let's keep on going here. AI ABL, come on now. Like, let's not even do it. AI can never duplicate ABL. It can never. Okay. It just ain't gonna do it. Let's say they're gonna have to clone me. They're gonna have to do the Gemini man and clone me. And still, you're gonna have to have my specific life. You're gonna have to have my specific life experience. And Gemini man, the military dude, the white dude raised, I'm like, that ain't my upbringing. You gotta go through the whole thing to really become me. Aside from that, all AI can do is just, it's just like being able to make cartoons. It's like CGI a little bit with less fidelity. I don't know. It's not even like CGI, because CGI you could do a lot. You can make a whole big thing, but with AI, it's a bit more difficult than that. Anyway, so we got one of these European guys coming to America, just walking around everywhere.
Okay, cool. It is 12 o'clock at night. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Nothing. No one. I mean, completely spotless, clean. I just took a walk all the way down there. Midnight. It's freaking midnight, and I'm completely safe. And I'm a white person walking around. That's so cool. Look there. Those trucks. Nobody's trying to rob them. No one's looting them and smashing the back of them and stealing stuff. If a truck drives that slow in South Africa, they literally will break open the back and loot it. I mean, it is awesome. And here's me, a white guy walking around at a gas station. That bridge, I'm going to go for a walk underneath that bridge now. You know what's going to happen to me? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Safe as can be. Man, I really hope people don't take this for granted, because America is safe. America is clean. America is friendly. Look at that truck right there. It's not being robbed. Oh my goodness. It's actually not being broken into.
Now, he was somewhere in Tennessee. Now, I don't believe he was over in Memphis. Because in some parts of the country, you can do this. Some parts of the country is totally fine. You can just be outside, lollygagging, as the cool kids say, just hanging out at night, not a problem. By yourself, no weapon, it's okay. Now, some parts of the country, my friend, you're not going to be able to do that. just walking around, hanging out. You're not going to be able to do all that in certain parts of the country. So you just got to understand that as long as you get that part, then it's okay. Okay, yeah, we go to Memphis. Nah, St. Louis. I don't know. Okay, some of these places it might get a little hairy. L.A., Los Angeles, and some parts of L.A. totally fine. Other parts of L.A., hey man, watch your back, bulletproof vest. But largely, America is pretty safe. America's pretty safe largely. There are little areas where there's crime happening, but I think a lot of the crime that happens is among people that know each other. You got a lot of gang stuff, a lot of that kind of activity happening. I don't think it's as much as just random people are always in danger. Although there is that element there, I don't think it's like everybody's always in danger all the time. I don't really see that being a thing over in America. Now, when you go to South Africa, some parts of South Africa, just being outside is going to be a risk. The security level, the security concern is much higher. The poverty out there is much more of an issue than it is here, because what's happening with South Africa, the reason why you got the violence is because of the poverty level and the level of wealth that is right adjacent to it. It's not just a matter of them being poor, because if they were all poor, the violence would not be the same. But since you got this really wealthy, or what is supposed to be wealthy place right next to Africa, there's going to be a clash there. And if you're a white, you got some money, let me get that. That's but it's not quite that way over here in the USA. This is a rich country where even our poor people on the streets that smoke crack are rich. Even the poor crack smokers are rich compared to the majority of the world. Our poor crack smokers are fat. How you got a fat crack addict? It's because they're rich. Crack is like the ultimate weight loss drug. That was the first Ozempic. Crack was the original Ozempic. You got on that cocaine that you got on that, you went from 275 to 115, just like that. So you got people over here that are fat and on crack is because they're being fed. They're being fed like wild animals because there's money behind it. Even our crack addicts are rich. So it's not the same. Over here, you're relatively safe. Don't worry about it. Now, speaking about being safe, I think that if you know a person like this, you're going to be safe. This guy, this young man, this kid will grow up to be the person who you can definitely rely on. So what he does is make guns, like replica guns, out of Amazon boxes. Just straight up cardboard boxes. He's able to make replica guns. You can see his little arsenal right here of these cardboard guns.
Y'all, my nephew make guns out of Amazon boxes. Like, they really do the stuff. Like, look. He put scopes on them. The clips come out. Look. Cock that mug. Got a little trigger. Look. This one come back too. He really does this. Got the extender.
Yeah.
Is this a drum? Drum. Look at all these different guns. Oh, watch this.
Right to slide.
See that thing coming back?
Suppressor. So you got a suppressor on the end, right to slide, all of that with the straight cardboard. It says just Amazon boxes and hot glue. I say like a little bit of Scotch tape on there as well. Okay, so yeah. Hey, that's going to be somebody that you're going to be safe around for sure. If you can make these weapons replica like that, he's going to have a good job in the future. Future engineer right there all day long. Future engineer all day long. Now, speaking about engineer, technology, stuff like that, we got more of these driverless semi-trucks. So this whole big truck right here, there's nobody in it. There's literally nobody in it. Nobody's driving it. Okay. Now, we've already talked about these, but how well would they do when it comes to inclement weather? I want to see them in Atlanta Go to Atlanta, go to the 285 Autobahn and perform well there. Because you got everybody driving like Fast and Furious. Everybody want to be Paul Walker. How are you going to be able to navigate these kind of areas with an automatic, a driverless truck, a driverless semi-truck? How are you going to do it? Mountainous areas. They want to try it first on kind of like open road, flat land, Texas, all of that. Because there ain't really no mountains in Texas. There are some on the way far, far, far east. But for the most part, you got a lot of flat land in Texas. So they're going to try it out there. Texas, Arizona, stuff like that. But, hey, come across some mountains, come across some inclement weather, some really, really, some really snowy, hail, rainy even. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. Now, also, we got more autonomous stuff here. You have, these are robots that are blasting UV light to kill insects, to kill rodents and things of this nature. But I think, what it say, insects? Yeah, killing pests with no chemicals. Now, when someone says that they're vegetarian, vegan, or whatever, ain't no sound to this video. When someone says they're vegan, vegetarian, or whatever, and then you ask them why, and they say, oh, well, I want to save the animals. Well, do you know how many animals are killed during the production process of your food being grown? And again, it's just UV light, no chemicals. So they say. If they can do this all over the world and eliminate the chemicals and stuff they spray on all your stuff that you eat, then I'm for it. If it's just UV light and no funny business, I don't see the issue. R Black Pearl says rats fell from a ceiling in the IRS office in Georgia. Hey, there's a rat problem in Atlanta, in certain parts of the area, I should say. There's some rodents, depending upon where you at. There's some critters, and with any kind of place where you have like a wooded area, especially, you're gonna have those problems. You got a wooded area and you got a city combined. When I lived in my previous house, I live up against a wooded area, and every now and again we get the big roach to come in. That thing was about this big. I'm talking about it be this big. Hey, you come into the house, it be on the wall like this. Like wait for you to get home. Like, where you been? I've been up here all day. Wait for you to come home. Like, what's going on? Yeah, and they're not scared of you. They sit right there. You close the door, boom, here you go. Up against that wooded area, you're gonna have stuff like that in your home. Now, as far as rats, I don't know what they got to do. Hopefully, it's not like New York. New York's problem is that it's just too many people in one condensed area, to the point where you got trash on the ground. You got a lot of fuel for these rodents to thrive. And you have the underground area where that's also a lot of fuel for them. Now, you got an underground area of Atlanta too, but it's not the same thing as New York. I think Atlanta's is a little bit different, maybe even more well maintained than New York's is. Fulton County rats are big. Hey, I see it. Matthew says you're fighting mice in your garden. Hey, luckily, when I had my house built, I was like, hey, I don't want to be up against a wooded area because that's going to be an issue. Oh, speaking about Atlanta, I'm gonna show you guys the stadium. This is a Mercedes-Benz Stadium right here. Okay, downtown Atlanta, right in the heart of downtown Atlanta. And you can see on the top right there, that's a retractable roof. Okay, and it'll I think they're gonna show it. They might show it open up too. If they don't show open, I'm gonna show it. But right here, this is the World Cup stuff on it. Normally it says Mercedes-Benz. It's a Mercedes-Benz Stadium, but with the World Cup all over the country, they have been able to edit some of the stadiums, meaning removing some of the corporate logos or covering them up during the actual games, which is okay. I mean, it's okay. You want to come to Atlanta, bring this huge event to our city and bring a bunch of money. It's no problem for you to be able to just cover over some logos. And you can see the way Atlanta's built up. See right here, right by this parking lot, it's this area. that's like down. So you got more below that. It's a lot of roads that are built like that, built up over things that have other roads under it, or it's just, it's a whole lot going on. It's like layers to the city. And here's when they open it. Here's when they actually let the roof open. See? Now that right there is just fantastic. I don't know the exact mechanism, but you can see it sliding on the roof. So some kind of wheels they got, they could just open it, close it back, just like that. So hopefully, when they're playing the World Cup games, they got that roof closed. If they're playing during the daytime, especially because that heat is so oppressive. I mean, the northern heat and the southern heat is different. Some people may think that where they live, it gets 90 degrees and it's not that bad. So it'd be the same thing here, but it's not. Living in Virginia in the summertime, the heat was different than here. It get hot in Virginia. It'd get humid, but the sun, it wasn't quite as close to you. The sun was like over here. The sun's like right here in Georgia. It's right up on your face, and it don't let you go. At the Death Star, hey, Mercedes-Benz Stadium is really, really nice. Atlanta, Georgia, a very nice place to be. But, people, it gets a bad rep because of some things that's going on. You got crime and whatnot, but you got to come check out what's happening in a lot of this country. A lot of hidden gems all over the place. And they got them down here in the South. The heat envelops you. Yeah, the heat envelops you. And I prefer the humid heat than the dry heat. Arizona, I can't do nothing with it. The Arizona heat is too much. It's just way too much. I can't take it. It's just way over the top because there's no moisture. It's just like you a sesame. What they call it? A sesame chicken. A rotisserie chicken. Your rotisserie chicken just baking in the oven. I don't like that. Hold on. Morgan says ABL, no. Nebraska is 100 degrees and 90% humidity, especially in the morning. Same. Wow. I mean, hey, but that sun is going to hit you a little bit different, in my opinion. Come down like Miami is even like, that's like basically you're in the Caribbean, and that humidity. Hey, as soon as you leave a place, it's like there's a wind. You leaving a place, some indoor place. As you're leaving, it's like the humidity just it just envelops you. As somebody said earlier, it gets into your clothes and your body. You're sweating immediately. It's a lot. Smooth Brain says you need an old man safe space. Old man safe space. Shout out to the old man. Yeah, but I enjoy things that are catered to me, tutored to me. Yeah, I enjoy that. And if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. B2 says ATO is fantastic. There's a ton of car break-ins and downtime, but that's about it. Carry that pole as insurance just in case, and it's all good. Exactly. Like, I wouldn't really be downtown hanging out, just kind of dilly-dallying, not really knowing what's going on. Yeah, I wouldn't be doing too much of that at all. And if I am down there, I'll make sure that I'm protecting myself. I'll make sure that I got whatever I need and have that be that. And just enjoy myself the rest of the way. Yeah, Orlando. I like Orlando. I like Florida in general. But the further south you go, the hotter, the more humid it gets. Yeah, it gets more humid. It's just because you keep going, you're going toward the equator. When you're further away from the equator, it's not as bad. So sometimes that number, the degree number, is kind of misleading because you're not taking into all factors that cause the weather to feel a certain way. If you're living in Europe, 90 degrees in Europe is not the same thing as 90 degrees in Atlanta, Georgia, or Miami, Florida. Yeah, the weather, if it's 90 degrees in Miami and 90 in Spain somewhere, it's not the same. It's just like if it's 90 degrees in Miami, it's different than 90 degrees in Phoenix, Arizona. That's all. Track says, flying to Florida, when they open the airplane door, humidity grabs you immediately. Immediately. Open that door, it's like it's a force, like Galactus. It just is everywhere. You can't do nothing with it. All right, I'm gonna read some of the super chats. Then I'm gonna get to the calls. I don't have much else here. If you got any questions, comments, concerns, y'all let me know in the comments. Thank you to Dolores, who says, I am so proud of Elon. He is an inspiration. Thank you for your super chat. Thank you to Eternal Spring for your super chat, the dancing emoji. Thank you to James, who gives super chat, no message. Thank you for that. Thank you to Black Pearl, who says Elon Musk, his people, and Ivanka Trump started following me. Looking forward to meeting them. And I'm connected with Mr. Payne every week, training me and not giving out the information. All right. Well, shout out to you. Thank you to Sam Uri, who says we had a big disagreement, but all still here. Loyalty. Hey, it's all good. You can disagree. That's fine. Hey, as long as ain't no trolling going on, the trolls and stuff like that, I have zero tolerance. Yeah, you're going to get banned immediately. And I don't want to get no emails crying, playing the victim neither. I'm going to ban you immediately. I don't got no time. We can disagree, but the trolling ain't going to happen. Thank you to Drew Peanuts, who says, my girlfriend, I read that one. And again, shout out to your girlfriend, Onisha. Happy 30th birthday coming up on the 21st. All right. I'm gonna open the calls right now. If anybody wants to call in, any questions, comments, concerns, you mad, you sad, you happy, you glad, let me know. The number to call, 706-406-3287. And again, 706-406-3287 is the number to call. And until then, I'll be reading the chat, talking with you guys until we get some calls. And in between, that's right, Lauren. Get your Amazon Glock box. Yeah, keep that pistol right on your side. Everybody has guns here. Everybody has guns. It's just a regular thing to have guns. So, a lot of the liberal policies of not having guns and limited the magazines, we don't do that down here. We don't do that. We're going to have our guns because you never know what's going to happen. You never know when you're going to need it. And it's your right. We exercise our rights. We protect ourselves. That's the way that it should be, right? Revelation says, I got my SpaceX stock. How about you? I got mine as well. Sure did. Right on. Good old Robinhood. I love Robinhood. Robinhood is great. I think I'm gonna start putting that link in my descriptions of my shorts. Yeah. I've not posted a lot of videos here lately. I'm just trying to get all platforms built up. A lot of you guys told me about that one YouTuber making a video. It's like, well, he only exists on YouTube. I'm trying to be YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere. I'm trying to be everywhere. So that's the ultimate goal. Podcast interviews and podcast interviews for long form, and then shorts for shorts. That's it. All right. Let me see. And Evil Gandhi says you should get Robinhood to sponsor you. Well, I can do a affiliate link. 405 you're online. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, ABL, it's Dust from Oklahoma. How's it going?
I'm doing well. About yourself?
Well, I'm just enjoying my weekend here and just loving the weather, even though it's almost a little hot today, but tomorrow's supposed to be a little bit better, hopefully.
Absolutely. Hopefully.
Yeah. Hey, Anthony, I got a quick question for you, man. As you know, here recently, here in my neck of the country, we had a shooting at one of our lovely lakes, and I was overhearing a discussion about, oh, we need more gun control. These kids should not be getting guns, and I was like, well, and I kind of disproved one of the ladies that were talking. Well, in order to buy, certain rifles, shotguns, anything that's long, you gotta be 18. The handguns, you gotta wait till you're 21. And that really upset them because they were trying to, act like people just get guns anywhere. I mean, you have to go through a background check, and then if you pass the background check, you get your gun. If you don't pass your background check, you don't get it. I mean, it's simple common sense, these people. don't seem to understand how getting a gun nowadays is. I mean, here I am, a whole lot younger than one of them was, and I was literally outsmarting them. So it just frustrates me that people don't understand how they can, how these young kids are getting these guns. It's probably either the black market or they're probably getting it from friends or family members. I don't know. We just need to tell these young kids that violence solves nothing these days. So I just wish people just have a little more common sense on what they're talking about, because it's like they don't know what they're talking about until somebody outsmarts them. And before I go, I just want to wish our beloved President, Donald J. Trump, a early 8th birthday. So I just want to get that out, and hope to talk to you later, man. Bye.
Thanks for the call, man. Definitely appreciate it. All right. Shout out to the caller. But yeah, the gun control argument, I don't really understand, because the issue with people who have access to guns who shouldn't have them, like, okay, if you got kids underage not able to have guns, and also criminals who should not have guns, who are not allowed to have guns, people who obtain guns illegally, like, that's the issue. The criminals, we're not trying to, the thing shouldn't be to criminalize a regular everyday person, a civilian. It shouldn't be to criminalize them. It should be to punish the criminals. Now, if you got a bona fide criminal who is not being punished, that is the issue, rather than the issue being of the guns themselves. 206 online. Who am I speaking to?
This is Andrew from Federal Way, Washington.
All righty. What's happening?
Hey, ABL. So I just want to ask you how you feel about Mark Dice's video regarding you. And to be starred on Mark Dice's channel, because I mean, there's a lot of fans out there probably who love your channel, who also love Mark Dice. So I just wanted to see how you felt about that whole situation.
Okay, I didn't really watch it. I saw like a little bit of it because somebody sent it to me, and they sent it to me like right at one part where he was talking about giving me a shout out before. I was like, okay, Mark Dice, you didn't really help. But I mean, you know, he's just making content. I mean, it's not the first time people make videos about me, but I don't make videos like that about YouTubers. I talk about people that's in the news, or I talk about other stuff. I don't talk about YouTubers specifically, like, you know, Mark Dice made a video, here's my response. I don't do that. So whatever he wants to make, if he wants to make content, it's fine. I say go ahead.
Yeah, I respect you for that. I mean, he obviously is a sensationalist, kind of, you know, that's kind of how part of lots of his videos, kind of him going against the grain, you know, that's kind of his thing. But, you know, I think it's okay to have a different opinion every once in a while. And I mean, I do respect you for always just saying, you know, how you feel. And, you know, Mark Dice is going to be trash talking you just because you had a different opinion. I think that's maybe a little bit, you know, I just don't agree with that per se. But I mean, like I said, he can have his own opinion. And I mean, I just wanted to see how you felt. You don't listen to Mark Dice?
I don't listen to anybody really, as far as any political YouTubers, because there are some good ones out there. But if I listen to him, I'm not saying he's one of them. That's a good one. But there are some good ones. I don't want to have any of their message get into my mind, because when I make a video, I want it to be organic, straight from me. And then also, if you're not very good, then there's no value at all.
Yeah. I mean, I do really love his material, but I think, you know, he definitely gets a little too deep when it comes to saying, like, he says the N-word and stuff like that. I don't like that at all.
Right.
But, you know, that's just it is kind of a big deal that he says it, but his opinions are actually pretty good for the most part. So that's basically all I wanted to ask you, ABL, and, you know, great show. And I'll keep on listening.
Thanks for the call, man. Definitely appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Shout out to the caller. But yeah, I don't do YouTuber beef videos. I don't do that. To me, it's kind of cringy when people do that. Like, it's kind of like old school. That's like I might have done that when I was much younger. but not to be this age. And he's older than me. He's like about to be 50. I'm 41. You know, so I don't really like doing stuff like that. It kind of feels weird. Kind of feels like I'm just chasing money. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to express myself in the best way that I see fit. Now, if it makes sense, like if somebody gets locked up or something, it's a news story. That's different. But if person A hates ABL and they say I hate ABL in the video, that's not newsworthy. 734 on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hi, ABL. It's Taisha from Michigan. How are you?
Oh, well, about yourself?
I'm well. First, I was curious. Why are you doing calls so early tonight?
Well, I didn't have anything else to talk about as far as any of my videos, so I was like, let's just get the call started.
Oh, okay. I have this maybe just like so off topic and random, but I am going to Barcelona in a couple weeks. And so I've just kind of been researching, and like a big thing there is like the pickpocketers and the people that steal. So I'm just curious, like, why don't we see this thing over the internet about like Spaniards fatigue, pickpocketer fatigue? Like, you know, you see so much of like black fatigue, and we just try to spotlight so much of black people. But I was just like, dog, if they steal so much, why don't we have stealing and Spaniard fatigue from them? So I'm just like, it's just crazy how people do black people. They just want to, you know, spotlight all of black people's flaws and not anyone else's. So it's just kind of off topic. But me researching just Barcelona, I just like, let me call in and say that, just get everyone to thinking.
You're right, though. But you know what it is. It's like, that's not going to get the money flowing. You got to get a really hot hitting topic. It's going to make people click, you know, clickbait. You got to have something like that, you know, black fatigue, black crime is exploding and it's unstoppable. You know, that's going to get the views going. Talking about pickpocketers, you know, in Spain. Anybody going to watch that?
No, you ain't lying about that. And that just made me think about PBD. He was having a conversation with, I cannot think of that guy's name. I think it has to start with an M. The guy who was kind of always on Piers Morgan and debating, he's like a Democrat or something like that, but he was having a debate with him, and he really was, he just kind of made PBD look like Adam. Just if you watch the podcast, you know how Adam never could make a point. He kind of talk in circles and all that. He really looked like Adam and in that conversation, and like a week later, PBD has an episode about black fatigue with the one black guy. I can't even remember his name. And I'm thinking like, okay, the conversation was just how you got dusted in that debate with him. Now you want to take the conversation off you and bring it back on black people. So that was my only comment for tonight. You have a great night. I hope you have a rest of a great weekend. Bye.
Thanks for the call. Appreciate it. All right. Great call. And shout out to her. But yeah, you know, it's just certain things that's going to get people's attention. You know, you can make certain thumbnails with the AI, make an evil face. You know, I know how the thumbnails be. And I'm not hating. I know it's just people just trying to get money. Just like YouTubers making videos about me, it's just content. Because I know what it's like to get up in the, you know, okay, what's my next video? I have a lot of newspapers I read. I'm looking for news topics, like what's actually happening. I'm looking for that to make a video on. But some YouTubers, it's about, okay, there's some drama going on with this person and that person. The whole Candace Owens thing and Erica Kirk, that's like their whole lane, but I don't really get involved with that. It to me is it's kind of high school. You know what I mean? I'm a little bit too old for that. A little bit too old. Yeah, but the whole fatigue thing, that was like a trend. It's like TikTok trends. So whatever the latest TikTok trend is, people are gonna do it. The latest sound on TikTok that's going viral, like the saxophones. You know, you're going to hear that every 2 videos that you scroll because that's a trend right now. Same thing with the whole black fatigue thing. That was a trend as well. So it'd be a lot of videos on that. Unknown caller, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Oh, is this ABL?
Yes, it is. But first, turn your speakers off in the background for me, please.
Okay, yes. Okay, wait a minute. I'm trying. I've never done this before, so I'm trying to get to the mute.
Yes.
Okay, just a moment. I'm 74.
It's okay.
He wants me to do something with the background noise, so I don't. Okay. Is it cool now? Hello?
I'm here. Yeah, it should be okay.
All right.
All righty. So what's happening?
Is this, oh, wow. She says it's, I just want to say this. Of all the people that are doing this podcast thing, you are very good. I mean, excellent. I haven't only known you for 2-3 months, but I want to discuss something very important. In my 74 years, I worked in many, many, many different things, politics, that. And the one thing, and now I'm 74, I keep putting this together, is that I've been in news and all of that. So here it goes, dude. And you can hang up on me if you don't believe that this is a very, very interesting subject. Number one, my niece was married to Mustafa Farrakhan. And you're aware of who he is, right?
Whoa. Mustafa Farrakhan. You mean
Mustafa Farrakhan?
You mean Louis Farrakhan's son?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Married. Okay. Now, what I want to tell you is this: I'm related to that whole situation in Chicago. I was adopted into this particular family, so I'm looking at both sides of Hampton. And then Tinsley and my 10-year-old niece was got married. They were lovers when they were, just good friends, and then they became husband and wife. Now, this is what I want to tell you. I have history of the NOI that I want to tell because there's nothing more. So in one sense, I'm so nervous now. I want to send you a couple of my webcasts, that I did, but they weren't webcasts. They were cable radio when it was way back when. I have knowledge of what's been going on, putting it together with the Nation of Islam, okay? And then when it comes to COVID, it's the whole thing that our president has done, and how he handled it, and how the black community, and now, what's his name, the guy, I can't hear you.
I'm listening to you.
Hello?
Go ahead.
So I can't hear you through my phone.
Can you hear me now?
Is that a problem?
Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
I know that you'll find this very interesting. I'm going to send you a couple of my webcasts, I guess you can call it. I'm so nervous, but I have a story. And it's come back to haunt me because I left the East Coast, and that whole thing about Black Panthers and 6-Day War, and I'm trying to just have camp, go to camp, and I come back, everybody's hating on everybody. And they hating on anybody that has white friends. And they called me Miss Ann. And they did all kinds of things. You had to keep up because you had to look like you were somebody, and then you'd be judged. And so that's that part. But what's really going on here is Sharpton and all the and what is her name? Maxine. I call her Mighty Max. She's in this story, and Obama is in this story. I can take you back to the night that he won, and also my boss, she won. And so I'm living in Hawaii now, very safe. But as soon as I put this story together and I send it to you, I believe that you can pick and choose and say, oh, RJ, this, I want more about this, and I want more about that. Then we might be able to have a little section where I can tell you how it started back in 1930 and how NOI and the KKK come up in the same city, but no, not the same city, Detroit, and the other one up in Chicago. Then they had a mosque in New York, and they have a mosque in LA, and you put all of these mosques together in history, and you do your homework, and whatever it is I send you, you will know that it is connected to something, and I want to stop what's getting ready to happen, and that is they planning something for our 250th anniversary, and I know that they can do some incredible things, for hate.
Well,
And
I don't want
one of
to
them
cut
is-
you. I don't want to cut you off, but what you got to do, because I got limited time, what you got to do, send me some stuff. Do you have my website?
Yeah.
Yeah. So go to my contact page and just copy and paste the email. Send me email with your send me everything.
I'm going to COVID NOI. Okay. And the other one is, well, I won't say that one. Okay, ABL, I'm sorry I took up too much time, but I'm happy that you didn't hang me off or you think I'm crazy. You have a good weekend, okay?
Thank you for your call.
Thank you.
All right now. All right. Shout out to the caller. Now, she perked my ears up. Did you hear what she said in the beginning? So if you couldn't quite make out what she was saying, in the beginning, she was saying that her niece, if I'm not mistaken, was married to Mustafa Farrakhan. That's Louis Farrakhan's son. And she's talking about the Nation of Islam, NOI, and a few other things. So I'm interested. I'm definitely interested to hear that story. I have an NOI connection as well. We might know some of the same people. So that's going to be very interesting. That might have to be an interview right there. Yeah, very, very interesting story. But of course, I'm going to always confirm everything. That's why, I'm going to look at emails and I'm going to run things by some people that are in the know. And then we're going to see what's what. But, mentioning Mustafa, that was pretty specific. That was very specific. That's not a name people really know. If I was to ask you who are Farrakhan's kids, you wouldn't know. If I showed you a picture of Mustafa Muhammad right now, you wouldn't know who that is. I mean, Mustafa Farrakhan. If I showed you Mustafa Farrakhan right now, you wouldn't know who that is. I know, but most of y'all would never know. Yeah. So, hey, and I get a lot of good tips from y'all. A lot of good emails, a lot of good tips from y'all. I really do. Don't take people for granted. People have stories and they know some things. So, yeah, I get a lot of good tips from you guys. For sure. Okay. Lawrence, are you upset with how I'm running the show? Lawrence says, Brian, I don't know who Brian is. And first of all, my name is not Brian. My name is Anthony. And my middle name is not spelled with a Y. That's like Byron Nome. I'm not going to call him Brian because he spells his name Bryon. Who does that? Anyway, my name is Anthony, but she says, Brian, no, but I tune in for content to help people who do live stream. Guess I can go elsewhere. This caller is pointless and you know it. Don't start with me. What are we talking about? I don't understand. That's that Candace Owens, what are we talking about when we speak? I don't understand. And people, they automatically cast away somebody like that as being nutty or nothing like that. Nah. I listen to people when they talk. People are open to speak to me because I don't judge them. I hear them out and I see if they are valid, if they're telling the truth, if they got something to say. And a lot of times the best way you learn is from listening. Too often people have been ignored when they say things that's actually valid information because maybe you're not familiar with it or it don't sound right, then you just dismiss it. But I don't do that. And I've been able to learn quite a bit from doing that. A lot of the things I said, a lot of the predictions I've made have come true because I listened to people who may have been seen as somewhat not credible because what they're saying is just people not really feeling it. But maybe they know a thing that you don't know. Okay. Now you're talking to, okay, Lawrence. See, now Lauren's talking crazy in the chat. Is that how you talk to your husband? I look so dumb. You're talking to somebody else? Well, watch this. How about this? Look, man. Hey, friendly fire or not, I don't care. Zero tolerance. Eternal Springs. You can look, I mean, yeah, I'm a good listener. I'm a listen. I'm gonna try to hone in. I've had so many calls over the years. I listen. And a lot of calls, sometimes people may call in and you may not think that it's something important that's being said, but I'm always listening. I'm always listening and I'm always watching. And I learn a lot from doing that. Things that some may not listen, some things that some may not learn, some may not hear. I'm able to hear it because I'm listening. I got my eyes open. All right. But shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for being here. All right. But any of that talk about the other case from the other day, I'm good. No talk about the previous case. No talk about that. We're done with that all the way. Nah, that wasn't Candace Owens. Nah, that Candace, shout out to Candace. But like I said, when you're listening to women talk at a certain point, you know, at a certain point, not all the time, but at a certain point, sometimes it's just going to not make sense. And you got to be able to recognize that and just let them get out whatever they want to get out. But, you know, have that be that. Yeah, as Iron Fist, Robert. Hey, Iron Fist, I'm not playing no games. I'm very patient, very respectful, but sometimes it's like, okay, you got to go. Okay. I'm sure ABL will never let his ego succumb to statistics or facts. Oh, okay. I guess that's about that. More phone calls. The phone lines are open. The number to call is 706-406-3287. But unfortunately, I'm not able to control when people call in. If people don't want to call in, I can't control that, unfortunately. But the number to call is always in the description box, always in the ticker, 706-406-3287. The lines are open. Y'all give me a call. Is Candace evil? Now, I don't think Candace is evil. She's just a woman. And she's somebody trying to make money. Like when you an influencer, when you're doing shows, you know, you get caught up on the topic and you just kind of rock with it. She's getting a lot of views, more views than ever, a lot of subs. She's up. Eternal Spring says ABL's expert level listener. Thank you. For some reason why I watch, I appreciate it. Thank you. Evil Gandhi says, am I excited for the new Ghost in the Shell anime? I've not heard about that. But I'll check it out. I wasn't really a Ghost in the Shell fan, but I've seen some things from Ghost in the Shell. I think I saw one anime from them. I can't really remember, but it was pretty good. But I was never really a big fan, but I go check it out. Yeah, I sure will check it out. I cannot read your name and I'm sorry. Congo says, ABL, how was the start of the Trump's World Cup hosting? Well, what you mean as far as the World Cup being over here in the U.S.? It's been good so far in different places. Here in Atlanta, Georgia. I live not too far from Atlanta. It's been good. People are really enjoying it. People that are not really into soccer, football, whatever you may call it, wherever you live. People who are not necessarily into it, or not familiar with it, are still embracing it because it's a lot of culture, a lot of community and stuff like that going on. There's a big soccer star from Spain. If you guys know about soccer or football, pardon me, Lamine Yamal, is that his name? Yeah, he was here in Chattanooga. That's where I live. Atlanta's like right down the road. So he was here in Chattanooga with the Spain team training, they were training at Baylor, which is a private academy, a beautiful school, but they were training right there. And when the Spanish team pulled up to downtown, when they got to the airport, there was people waiting at the airport for them. And when they got to downtown to the hotel, people were waiting out there for them as well, just to get a glimpse at Lamine Yamal. And now there's a big, I guess you would say that's a portrait. There's a big picture of him in downtown. Let me see if I can find that for you guys right quick. It was a really big portrait of Lamine Yamal on a new hotel building. Is that how you spell his name? Lamine Yamal? Yeah. But a lot of big stars I'm not really familiar with. Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about everybody. Hold on. Here's one. That's not the one I was thinking about. But here's one of the images. Hold on. So I can pull it up this way. Yeah, so they got them like right there. See? On the side of the I guess it's a hotel right there. Yeah. So there's one where it's like this. It's a big banner on the side of the building. It's another one where it's like they did it in the windows and it's much bigger. It's like it's like almost like a skyscraper. It's so big and it's his picture on the whole thing. Now, if you guys know about footy, how big of a star is this man right here, Lamine Yamal, for the Spanish team? Born and raised in Spain, in the northeastern part. So yeah, y'all know about him. Congo, okay, yeah. He was here. He was here with the Spanish team. Yeah, so, and I wanted to go to a match. I'm gonna go to that fan event they're having instead, but I wanted to go to a match. The tickets talking about like $3,600 for the minimum. And I think by the time I got to looking at the tickets, everything was pretty much sold out, except for just like maybe two of those tickets were like $3,600, and then that was it. Everything else sold out. So yeah, it'd definitely be packed. It'd be a packed event. But the number to call, 706-406-3287. Lamine Yamal, he's a very popular soccer player, football player for the Spanish national team. A mega star in the world, but not so much in the USA if you're not really into football or, soccer. Yeah, if I was Candace, if I was somebody like that, I wouldn't be just going so hard. You got kids, you got like little kids, you married, and your like best friend got shot and killed on camera. Take a little break. That's what I would do if I was Candace Owens. Okay, hold on. I found the picture I was looking for. Yeah, matter of fact, let me do it this way. The picture I was looking for. Let me see if I can get to it. Well, let's just do it this way. See? So that's pretty big. This is the Sydney Hilton. It's a newer hotel out there. And you can see how big that is. So right behind it is a Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Like right pretty much attached to it. So you got the hotel right there, the stadium. No need for a car. People talking about, oh, where am I going to park? Need a car? What you need a car for? If you're coming from the airport, just Uber straight to the hotel. And you're going to be in downtown, so everything you need is right there. Your hotel's right there. The stadium's right there. And I know that this hotel is full of World Cup people. I already know. It's packed to the top. And I know people that work at that hotel, too. They get into the big bag for the World Cup activities. So, yeah, that's a pretty big start to have a mural like that right on the actual stadium itself. That's a pretty big thing to have. But again, the number to call, 706-406-3287, is the number to call. Now, let's not be passive aggressive now, Lewis. I've been chilling. I've not really been doing a whole lot of videos. I've been chilling. Yeah, I'm good. And if I was to go on vacation, when I come back, I would not change my opinion about nothing. ABL, go on the break. You're losing your mind over the case. It's going to be the same opinion. Is Drake going to the World Cup? I'm not sure if he's going to be performing there. I've not heard about Drake performing at the World Cup, but if he was scheduled to perform, I'm not really sure why he wouldn't be performing. Yeah. So if he's supposed to be there, he should be there. But I've not heard about him changing any kind of schedule. David Clark says, hey, ABL, how's it going? It's going great. Going great, man. Thank you for rocking and rolling with me. Now them tickets, dudes, them tickets are too much, man. I can't. Now, I would spend that amount of money on stock because it's an investment. I make it back. But that much money on a World Cup ticket, nah. And then plus the tickets are not going to be as good as I would want. They're not going to really be all that. Now, do you guys watch Tucker? Somebody said Candace Tucker or the future. I don't know. I just can't really get into. I don't watch any political people, but Tucker. I watch some clips of people being interviewed, but Tucker's show, I can't really get into it. That's a lot of, the Sean Ryan Doom type of stuff. The Jews are in control. That content right there. Whenever, hey, listen to me now. Whenever I'm watching the video and somebody says something about the Jays and they did it, they're responsible. Whenever I hear that, I just tune out. I cut my brain off and move on to something else because I already know where we're going to go. It's just a bunch of finger pointing and blaming and wallowing in misery. I don't want nothing to do with that. That's like the kind of content I want to avoid at the plate. So Tucker, Candace, it's just not my cup of tea. If you like it, I love it, but it's not for me. Excuse me. Nick Fuentes. My scroll was stuck. My scroll working, Jeff. It's good. Nah, but Nick is what do you say about Nick? The future? Nick has been around for a long time, actually, many years, but I don't really see him doing anything. I don't really see a lot of them doing too much. Better on TV. Ludacris is going to do 2 free concerts after an ATO for the World Cup. Not sure when, though. Yeah, I think I heard about that, too. That could be part of the fan experience. I don't know. It might be. When I go to the fan experience, I think they got a few bands playing, but I didn't see any big names on there, and I don't know when Ludacris is going to be there. Hot Pocket says Tucker and Candace are both helping to march in the Muslim population, and yes, that will be the future. I don't know if I believe that. Not in America. I think maybe in Europe, they're going to face a Muslim future because of the proximity to the Muslim world. And that's always been the issue because the Crusades was just about that. It was about keeping Europe away from the Muslim takeover because Islam spread by the sword. You got Islam in Southern Europe because of them spreading. They had the old, Ottoman Empire, and they kept spreading and spreading and spreading. That's why they took over the Iberian Peninsula. You had to get back Spain and Portugal. A lot of the Spanish language has a lot of Arabic in it because it took them over. The AL, al-lado. A lot of this stuff, it just came straight from the Arabs. So that was the whole point of that back then. So they're still at threat of that because of the proximity. And then you get the low birth rate. So they're inviting them in. The Germans rely on the Turks to bolster their population because they got a low birth rate. The English, they got pretty much everybody. You could be any and everybody, multicultural. You could be Nigerian. You could be Pakistani. You could be Chinese. Whatever you want to be is fine. Go to UK. Go to Kingdom of Great Britain. So that country is pretty much on the way out. And they got a weird population. Some are still kind of stuck in the very far past. And then some are kind of in the future. And those who are stuck in the past are going to be eliminated. The replacement theory is a real thing. But the problem is people may have a skewed vision of what it is. The replacement theory, from my point of view, refers to people who are kind of old school, stuck in their ways, people in the past. They're going to kind of get pushed out the way. If you're not able to be like the Amish and be self-sufficient and build everything and do everything without having to rely upon modernism or society and like a high built-up Western society, if you have to rely upon that and you're trying to compete against those who are more advanced, more educated, it's going to be difficult. So when they allowing in these Indians that got these degrees and stuff like this, they're going to be the ones that will replace the people who were in this country in the good neighborhoods and the good schools. That'll go to them. It won't be for us who were here because they're going to be the ones who have more education and everything than us. We'll be replaced. That's how it's going to be. It won't be about white replacement or nothing like that. It'll be about American replacement. Not just with jobs going overseas, but with people, human beings coming over here to take our spots. But that's going to be a battle of skills. It's not going to be about anything else other than that. Hot Pocket says, look at New York City, Dearborn, etc. It's already underway here. I don't know. Oh, back to the whole Muslim thing, because you were saying that's going to be a takeover. I don't think it's going to really be a case here because it's too far. I think what's going to happen is you're going to get talented people from all over the world, from all different walks of life. You're going to get Muslims, you're going to get non-religious, you're going to get Jews, you're going to get Hindus, you're going to get Christians, you're going to get everything. You're going to have the best people coming over here. I'll prefer that, honestly, having the best people over here rather than just anybody, because the whole thought process under Joe Biden was throw everything at it, throw the whole kitchen sink at it, and it'll just be okay. But that's going to cause a lot of problems when you allow everybody over here get the best of the best from all over the world, rather than just anybody from anywhere. That's going to cause, that right there would cause a society to drop, regardless of what the religion was of people that came. But especially if you had a bunch of people that were just, the Mullah Wakbar type Islamics, the uneducated and untrained and immature Islamics, if you bring them over here, yeah, you're going to be toast. That's what's happening with UK and other parts of Europe, is they're bringing in just every time they can Harry to do whatever. You know what I mean? They're not bringing in necessarily the really trained people that they need to have their country go forward in a positive way. They're just bringing over bodies that's kind of close to that country. Same thing with us leaving the southern border open. Duel says, you say the only way to beat AI and taking jobs is to get a trade. But what happens when you're not a 25-year-old anymore, but in late 30s and 40s and 50s? Well, I'm not quite sure I said that. I think that can be a way to beat AI as with a trade, but there's other ways. You can use AI to your advantage, and all depends on what you're doing. My question would be, if you're somebody that's in that age group trying to ward off AI, or AI could be a threat, my question would be, what are you doing? And what can you do? What can you do that can be improved or in any other way made more valuable with the usage of AI and or tools like it? That's what I would say. Because you got guys scrambling right now trying to figure out ways to make it here on a YouTube, but it's like, hey, you got to understand that your world is bigger than YouTube. You have a bunch of different things you could do. There's a lot of different ways you can, maneuver this digital space. It can't just be a myopic view, just one narrow-minded, one track. You got to think a little bit more creatively. But it's hard for me to say anything specifically because I don't know what you have skills in or what you are in fear of losing when it comes to AI. But I'm just saying in general, if you have a trade, that's going to be generally AI proof if you could do anything with your hands. But if not, then okay, what can you do with skills that you have and how can that be bolstered or improved with the usage of AI? That's what I would say. Eternal Spring says, embrace AI. We are at agent level now. It's here. We're at agent level. AI is here. I've already embraced it. I already know what it is. Yeah, because it's an AI race happening right now. If you don't want to embrace it, but what you do calls for it to be embraced, and or what you do has competitors and they're embracing it, how are you going to succeed if you're not? If you are a guy that has a trade, let's say you are a lawn care person, which I would love to do, by the way. That's a really fun thing. But if you're a lawn care person and you have a secretary that you pay to answer the phone, meanwhile, AI could do it. Why wouldn't you have AI do it? That secretary might lose her job, but can you afford to pay her if your competitors don't have secretaries? See, now they can afford to price their lawns accordingly. And you got to compete with that with the higher expenses. Why would you do that? Now, it sucks for the maid, and pardon me, the maid, the receptionist. It sucks for the receptionist who lost her job. But, I mean, what are you to do? If you had a maid, which I never would consider having a maid, but if you had a maid who was sweeping and vacuuming, and you got a little robot that can do it, the little Roomba, if that makes sense in your house, then why not just do that? We've always done that. This ain't nothing new. Bob K says, be a welder, plumber, electrician. Yeah, sure. Why not? Eternal Spring says, I don't want to be worked or scammed by China AI. And the Chinese, they got this stuff. They got some really advanced electronic stuff. A lot of their constructions A lot of their buildings may not necessarily be up to code. You may see a bunch of LEDs and things of this nature in their cities at night. Looks real pretty, but that thing might, and you poke at it like this, it's going to totally fall apart. Tofu jet construction. Maybe not so much in the Beijing, Shanghai area, but some parts of China, it can be like that. You know, it can look really good, but it may not be that good. But sometimes they make really good stuff. Some of their technology is really good. ABL, how about y'all, Claude? I don't know what I would use Claude for. I'm not sure what I would use Claude for. I've never used Claude or ChatGPT. I've only ever used Grok, which is the ex-Twitter AI. Have I used other things? I've used Grammarly, which I guess counts as AI, when I used to write my articles. But I've not used any other AI. I've used Gemini. Grok, but I've never used ChatGPT, and I've not used Claude. I don't know what the purpose would be for me to use it, but if I saw a purpose that I could utilize it for, then I would use it. Jennifer says, ABL, all my clients' Roombas are in the trash. Oh, okay. Yeah, I never got into the Roomba. I got the regular Dyson, the wireless vacuum, which always does a good job. I never used the Roomba. I would love Claude. Well, give me some applications I could use it for. I want to be able to kind of experiment with it. Give me some good applications I could use it for. Eternal Spring says Claude did a pause because I talked with AI about building itself, starting with the robot hand. See, look, y'all talking way over my head. I don't know nothing about it. I still have phone lines open. The number to call 706-406-3287. But if you guys are not going to call in, I'll just talk to you guys through here. Duel says you can say that, but what is a truck driver going to do when they are not needed anymore? How are they going to make AI to make a living? Well, okay. I mean, there's other ways to make a living. Like, first of all, let's just speak about what's happening right now with truck drivers. Truck drivers are not going out of business anytime soon. That's not going to be a thing. I mean, they're getting illegal aliens coming over here with no, you guys got sandals and stuff like this with CDLs. Guys can't speak no English driving trucks. I think that's not going to be an issue with truck driving quite yet. But if it does become a problem, okay, what else can you do in the trucking industry that does not require you to be behind the wheel? Are you a good mechanic? Can you work on trucks? Because these AI trucks are not going to be able to fix themselves. When you see Waymo, here's a good example with Waymo. Now, I always crash on Waymo because Waymo problems, they park in the middle of the street, parking in the floods, they parking in the middle of the road, blocking emergency vehicles from getting to the destination. I slam on Waymo a lot, but there's a whole machine behind it. You may just see an empty car, but nobody driving it. And that's true. There's a person who could be driving who is not employed. However, there's a whole depot for the Waymos, and it's a lot of people there because who's going to clean the car? Who's going to service it? Who's going to charge it up? Who's going to make sure that nobody's left any personal belongings in there? And if there's any belongings in there, it's got to be a place where it goes, a little lost and found, and it's got to be a manager about that. Okay, you want to call the Waymo and be like, hey, I left my cell phone in there, and they should be able to have a place they can actually go talk to a person to retrieve that for you. So although you may not be driving the car, there's still some service happening with that car that you could be doing if you have any kind of knowledge of your vehicle. So there's other ways to make money, but be creative. 909, you're online. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, yes, this is Fred from California.
All righty, what's happening?
Hey, how you doing? I just wanted to speak a little bit. When you were talking about the case, were you talking about the Carmelo Anthony thing?
Yes.
Oh, well, dang, I had some feelings that I wanted to express about that.
Go ahead.
I mean, is it okay?
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, first of all, as far as like his sentencing, I think it was reasonable because, yeah, that is like his first offense. And although it's murder and stuff like that, I think they did like give him a sweetheart deal. The only thing like everybody else that I hated about it was just the pro-black response and how they were lying about everything. Oh, he was jumped, but yet his twin brother was on the other side on his phone. and there was a history of bullying, but yet there really wasn't any history at all, and they had no way to prove it. What even really was funny is when that Willie, the bald dude who looked like a Ninja Turtle, what's his name?
I don't know.
Willie something, I don't know. It's just this guy. He speaks really slow, but whatever. He was saying, "Oh, we have video proof of like the jumping," and it's like, okay, well, where's the video? Like they never could provide nothing. It's like anybody with a pair of eyes and two brain cells could see that they were grifted. You know what I mean? And even people that wasn't paying attention, whenever you tell them the story, it's like, okay, well, it seems like it was self-defense. It's like, no, it's not. It was straight up just, murder. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's your opinion. I respect your opinion, but do you think 35 years was a sweetheart deal?
I think it was a sweetheart. Now, I know he should have got the maximum. Yeah. I mean, I think it was a sweetheart deal. Either way, he's going in. Like no matter what the sentencing was, like he's gonna go in. You know what I mean?
Okay, so that was your take on that.
Yeah, that was just my take on it. I mean, like everybody would differ. I mean, yeah, like to get the maximum, yeah, because I don't, obviously I'm against murder, yes, but I really do think, and this is not really my opinion, this is what BCP, Black Conservative Perspective, said, is like the reason why he even got that much time, or that time to begin with, is because of the pro-Black response. I mean, do you agree? Or
so you're saying that he got his sentence because of what others said about the case?
No. What I'm saying is that if it wasn't for the pro-Blacks getting into it as a whole grift and as a whole thing, then I think that there would have been like a bit of a different outcome. You know what I mean?
So, I mean, how was what you're saying different than what I said?
Oh, sorry, my bad.
But no, I'm asking, like, I'm not trying to, I'm just saying, like, you're saying that it was because of the response, right?
Yeah, it had a part to play in it. That's what I'm saying, yeah.
But how does the response of what others said influence what happened? Like, if you're in the jury, you're supposed to be impartial, and you're not supposed to have any of the outside noise interfere. You're supposed to just be focused on the case and the facts. You shouldn't be worried about nothing else. They took their phones away, say don't watch the TV, don't go on the internet. So why would the response have any bearing on the outcome of the case?
Well, I mean, but two reasons. One, it's like the whole, like them making it the whole racial element, which it should have never been that. It should have just been like on the facts of the case and
I mean, but I get that part, but maybe you're not hearing what I'm saying to you though, because I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, but how can that affect the jury when the jury is supposed to be impartial and they're not supposed to watch no news and no nothing? Like what you're saying, it could be true if that's what you believe and that's okay, but how can that affect people who are not supposed to be watching it at all? They're supposed to be totally impartial and away from all of that noise. They should only be focused on what's being presented in the courtroom, and what's presented in the courtroom is not going to be the response of others. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I do. And I agree with that. I agree that like it just should be an impartial thing. And I think that they made the right decision when it came to the verdict and everything of him being found guilty, because all the signs were there and he didn't even testify. So it just was dead on arrival. You know what I mean? And it's just a mere fact. And let me just make myself clear. It's just a mere fact that people were just thinking that from the false story that they got, they were thinking, oh yeah, he's going to be let free and all this other stuff. And it wasn't like, no, that's not going to happen because like you're not paying attention to the case. And I already knew like anybody else that it was going to be found guilty. Yeah. But it's the sentencing where people were, like a little bit up in arms about that, the aftermath, you know what I mean?
I see what you're saying, but that's nothing to do with the case. I get you. I understand. I ain't trying to argue. I'm just saying, I see your point. Sure. I see what you're saying, but the case should just be the case and that's it.
Yeah. I totally agree with that. Yeah. And are you excited for Trump's birthday tomorrow?
Hey, I'm excited. I'm ready for the UFC. Hopefully, don't nobody get injured or beat to death in the ring. That'd be crazy. I want everybody to do like light sparring in the ring. No crazy submissions. I ain't trying to see nobody arm get broken in the arm bar. Just keep it light, make a good exhibition, and that should be it.
Yeah. And I heard about it. So let me. Did they not choreograph, but like, did they set up the fight specifically for Trump, or is it just a bout that was already like, pre-scheduled before?
Well, I mean, I'm not really sure it'd be for Trump. I mean, it is his birthday, so I guess you could say that, but it's going to be on the White House grounds. So, I mean,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's going to be on the White House grounds.
Yeah. Just working in California, man, you gotta live under a rock with certain things.
Right.
So, yeah, but if that's all that, you're great, ABL, as always. ABL for president, 2028, or whatever. What's 4 years after that? 4 years after that, even. So,
right on, man. Thank you for your call. Definitely appreciate you.
Appreciate you too, man. Peace.
All right, shout out to the caller. Now I know I said I was done, but it's like, okay, y'all want to call me and talk about it, okay, but I ain't gonna bring it up. No more videos on the subject. I ain't gonna do 3 videos a day about the same thing with the angry face and the, no, I ain't gonna do that. But yeah, like I said, hopefully during the UFC event tomorrow at the White House. And if you don't know, the UFC 250 is going to be on the White House grounds tomorrow, June 14th, 2026 at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So the fight will be on the White House grounds. Yes, indeed. And they got fireworks and stuff like that happening. So it's a whole event. Now, some say this is going to be like a distraction because you got the war going on. I don't know about y'all, but I don't get distracted that easily. I still keep my eyes on a lot of different things at once. Iran and all that kind of stuff still going on in the background. Until there's a big update with Iran, I don't really see it as being something that is important right now. Hold on, take this. Says, I'd appreciate more America first from our Fed. I was laughing because it said the name said, take your job and shove it. That's funny. Good name. Good name. All right. And people like Charleston White, a lot of influencers I don't really take seriously because you never know what people are saying or why they're saying it. I don't know these people, so I can't judge them and their character. But I feel like a lot of times I hear conflicting statements because people just say things sometimes because it's in the heat of the moment. They might be wrong about something. So I don't really take influencers seriously. If you have a podcast and you're talking on your podcast, I take it as entertainment. And I tell everybody to do the same thing about me. Don't take me seriously. Just take me as entertainment because, I'm just a guy. I'm just one person. I try to always be right and accurate and precise, but do your own research ultimately. Okay, let's go to 530. You're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
My name's Lauren.
All righty. What's happening?
Nothing. Just calling in. Earlier we had a little back and forth. I'm Lauren S., that one that you I guess blocked or banned.
Oh yeah.
For real, I was not talking to you. I was talking to another chatter, Brian Hendricks, in the chat.
Okay, now you should have said it like that because when you responded,
I did. I tried to, but then you blocked me.
Hold on.
It had nothing to.
No. Listen to me now. Before I blocked you, what you say to me? You were like, "You are so dumb." Didn't you say that?
Yeah, because you had chastised me and my husband, saying, "Do you talk to your husband like that?" and all that. And,
okay,
and
but look,
women do and all that. That wasn't fair. You know it because you were on the wrong.
This right here is why you got blocked. This is why you got blocked. You see what I'm saying? You can't stop talking. Now, what you should have done was just been, what you should have done is been nice, and then it would have been okay. See, you can't stop talking. This is why, like, I did the right thing because you can't stop talking.
No, you didn't.
Okay, so like, what are you trying to accomplish here?
Where's Brian Hendricks?
What are you trying to accomplish here?
Now, let him know.
Okay, see, I did right. See what I'm saying? I don't got time for that, man. Like, don't call me just to be, talk to you. If you cannot nag your husband enough, don't call me start nagging. I don't need the excess nagging. Hey, I know what nagging is like. I've experienced it throughout my life at different points of time, and I know it immediately. So let's not do that. Don't do it to me. I don't know you. You know, if you got somebody in your personal life and y'all have that kind of relationship, okay, you do it to him. I can't do nothing with it. I'm gonna just go ahead and hang up on you. Okay, but shout out to her though. Let's be nice to me now. Not that you calling me back. Really? You calling me back? Okay, see now I gotta actually block you for real on here too. Oh my goodness. Is it that serious? Come on now. How do I even block people on here? I don't even know how to do that. I gotta go like into some settings. Hold on. Okay, hold on. How do I do this? How do I block this person? Now she blowing my phone up. That's crazy. Lady, I know I'm handsome, but come on. We can't be stalking people. Like, you can't be doing that. Come on. I've had it happen to me before where somebody would like blow my phone up, like back to back like that. But I actually knew that person. That person or those people, I actually met them in real life. I never have been called back to back by somebody I never met before. That's new. But hey, it's a compliment for me. Anyway, the number to call is 706-406-3287 is the number to call. Hey, let's not harass me now. Let's be nice. If someone says, hey, you know what? I don't want to talk to you. Just stop calling them. It's okay. Yeah, I got it. I got it now. I figured out the block. Okay. 315 hit online. Who am I speaking to?
Hi, ABL. It's Charlene in New York. I was wondering, are you still looking for people to debate?
Not necessarily, but did you have anybody in mind?
Yeah, April Chapman.
I know April. Yeah, shout out to April.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause you guys have totally different opinions on the last case there.
Well, I probably wouldn't debate her because that's a friend of mine. I've met her and her husband and everything. They're really good people. So, but
yeah, she looks at everything in the biblical, aspect.
Yeah, nah, she's a good person. Like if you like her content, I say keep on because she's a really, really good person. Her whole family, they're all good. Like they have a furniture store and I saw them build furniture. They're really good. She sent me like a piece from my house. She sent me a piece of artwork. It's in my house right now. So they're really good people.
Oh, awesome. I didn't even know that.
Yep.
But yeah, I loved watching her. I mean, it's just, I thought it was crazy because you two are so different about that case. But outside of that, did you see PBD? I think it was Friday. Was it? Yeah, it was Friday. Yeah, yesterday, where they were. There's a book coming out, and it talks about Dan Bongino and what happened in the White House, which kind of caused him to quit.
Oh no, I didn't see that. So he came out and did okay. So did he actually say anything, or was he kind of like beating around the bush and
No, he was really pissed off about. He was really pissed off at Bondi.
Oh.
About the Epstein files, and yeah, it's kind of a crazy. If you get a chance to go back and watch it, it's towards the. I'm gonna say towards the middle. You know how he does story after story after story after story.
So was it on PBD's podcast or was it on Bongino's?
It was on PBDs.
Okay.
Because somebody's coming out with a book, but he had a lot of manuscripts from it. And, you know, the guy on there, his name is Tom with the glasses.
Okay. Yeah.
He's already read a lot of it. But the book isn't published yet, but, and it does paint Bongino in a very good light. It doesn't do much for anybody else, but it paints Bongino in a very good light. And that is why he quit, because, you know, he said, I'm not seeing my wife, and, you know, I gave up, you know, because he gave up a lot to go. And he's like, technically they were divorced, even though they weren't divorced. He never got to see her. And, you know, it wasn't being done the way he thought it should be. So he kind of stormed out. And that was the end of it.
Mm.
So if you're interested in it, it's a...
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll check it out for sure.
Okay. Well, you have a great night, and I'm still watching you.
Right on. Thank you for your call. Definitely appreciate you.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Shout out to the caller. Great call. And shout out to you guys as well. You guys are the best audience anywhere on these interwebs. The number to call is 706-406-3287. I'll be here for a little while longer. Hold on. Let me see. Take This says, don't ask another YouTuber about a number on YouTube, about a rumbler on YouTube. There's going to be no point. Bongino said what he was going to do and failed. Hey, y'all saying it from me. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just a messenger. I'm just here to be the messenger. But Bongino, I don't like the way he acted in that whole thing. My wife is like, all right, bro, come on, man. You know what you were signing up for. You're talking about high-level government stuff. You can't be talking about going back to your old podcast life. When you were just doing your podcast, which is what he's doing back now, you have an easier life because you could be with your family all the time. You could be in the garage. You can go to Costco afterward. I know this is what I do. To go from being kind of carefree to going to the federal government and doing a really high-intensity job is going to be different. And when you're making these lofty expectations, it's hard to meet them. It's very hard to meet them. 563, you don't lie. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, Bill. This is John in Iowa.
All righty. What's happening?
Hey, first of all, you absolutely got to switch over to Claude. It's unbelievable. If whatever you're using Grok for, it will do that times 1,000. You know, it's really leaving all the other AIs right now into the dust. I would say, you know, I'm not a stock person, but if I was, it would absolutely be my what I'd be investing in. It is, you know, and like you know, you were asking about what it could help you with, and I would say anything that you're doing. I use it. You know, I run a website. I got a couple 100,000 members / customers, stuff like that. And I have pretty much now cut out my programmers completely because something that would have cost me maybe $5,000 to $10,000, I can now do in like 2 days, maybe, well, less, depending on how precise I want to get. But it's just incredible. I can't express more to anybody who is not using Claude right now to their benefit. It is just insane. It really is. The other thing I want to talk about is Candace, and I'm just responding to a couple of things I mentioned that you had replied back to, and I would say Candace is absolutely evil. When she is a supposed friend who she is trying to destroy his entire legacy. I mean, can you, Matt, could you ever consider yourself doing that to a close friend of yours that is deceased? And on top of that, trying to destroy the widow of that friend. Nobody, no good person would ever do that. Never. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is, you know, and I've met Candace. I've had pictures taken with Candace. I've met her with Vivek. And I'm going to be totally honest. I met her with my wife, and, you know, we talked to her for a few minutes and this and that. And when we both walked away, we both said to her, talk to each other. We both felt it. We both felt there was something not right with her. She had a very dark persona. I can't understand. Now, Vivek, on the other hand, was totally cool. And, but her, on the other hand, I mean, she was right there. It was odd. It was a very odd, sensation. And I think you said you've met her before, and maybe you didn't get that same vibe, but I'm telling you, my wife and I both did. But I mean, I see her morphing almost day to day. I to be honest, I can't stand to see her anymore. I can't stand to hear her voice. But there's something is not right. And I'm not sure if you're familiar, you know, I'm sure you're familiar with her, but how much you get into Laura Loomer, and she's not completely all there either. But if you watch the episode Laura Loomer did a few months ago, and she outlined, because they were very close, and she kind of outlines Candace's whole, well, even Tamara Neely, if you're familiar with her, she's been really exposing Candace's past, and she is the biggest grifter there's ever been. And I mean, somebody to grift that hard, where you're destroying a widow, and supposedly one of your best friends is what they put their whole life into, and were actually murdered over it. You know, and here's another thing, I grew up Catholic, raised Catholic. I'm 55 years old, but there's something very odd to me that a lot of these right wingers that are turning bad, Candace, I'm not sure about Tucker, Fuentes, those people are all now Catholic or converting over. Owen Schroyer, something is very, to me, peculiar about that. Like I said, I've been born and raised Catholic, but it's like all the people on the right that are going bad, all the ones I know of are Catholic or have recently converted over. And, you know, we can't forget that the Vatican, just within the last couple of months, just put a Muslim prayer center in the Vatican. Now you're talking about, and I'm not, hey, you know, maybe I'm going down the wrong thing, but we're talking about a religion of perversion. What is it? The 200 virgins and all this crap. I mean, Christianity, at least, your goal is to be with God. The Muslim religion is you die to be around these virgins and all this crap. You know, and the fact that the Vatican now literally has a Muslim prayer center, and for some reason, all these right wingers now, Tucker, Megyn Kelly now is talking about how great the Muslims are. I mean, I work with Muslims. I have Muslims do coding for me and this and that. Well, not anymore with Claude, but it's not a religion of peace. And when I had mentioned in there, you responded to me on the Hot Pocket in there about them taking over the United States. I don't know, but they're definitely in that. That's definitely what their goal is. I mean, like I said, I work with them. I work with guys in Pakistan. I know what their goals are, and you know, they're winning more and more elections in the United States than ever right now. I put a thing in there about the 2025 election was record breaking. I think they won 43 elections, and I think right now, the United States, like 10 big cities have Muslim mayors. So I mean, I kind of agree with you probably. Will they ever fully take over the United States? I guess that's, you know, depends on how you interpret the Bible and stuff like that. But that is definitely the goal to me. I mean, from what I see, that is definitely the goal. And it's really creepy how these right wingers that are turning bad are all going down that. I mean, look at Tucker even. I mean, he's all about Qatar. I think he's bought a place there, maybe becoming a citizen there, or wants to. more and more, like I said, Megyn Kelly's talking about how great the Muslim community is, and how, you know, just watch a video. I was watching a video tonight. I don't know what country it is, where the Muslim women are literally walking around like with like blankets over them, not even showing their faces. I mean, it's for anybody to think that that is a religion that Christians or just Americans in general can coexist with is not a reality. But anyway, that's all I had.
Thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
Okay. Have a good night.
All right now.
Bye.
All right, good call. Shout out to the caller. So Claude it is. I got to go check out Claude and see what that's going on. Yeah. I was trying to like not use AI. I was always a late adopter. Like people say that they don't want to have AI because they don't want to have this stuff get brought into their home. I was the kind of guy that was against the full screen touch phone because I knew how it could be very addictive. Like all this stuff where you got phone addictions. Like remember when TikTok went down for like a half a day and people were losing their minds? I'm talking about like it was pandemonium. It was pandemonium. People were just losing their minds. It's like people just hooked on it. And I knew that could do that. So for a long time, I was trying to like not have a full screen touch phone, full screen smartphone. Yeah, I was trying to avoid it. I had my BlackBerry till 2018. That's when I got my first full screen smartphone. And I didn't even get my first iPhone until like 2020, 2021. And I took it back. I didn't even like it. And I got it again, I want to say in 2022. Yeah. So really, I didn't have my first iPhone until my like 35, 36, something like this. Yeah, it was definitely up there. Okay. Antonio Springs says Claude paused development on Monday due to fears of it building itself. Oh, well, the thing about AI is it's going to continue to advance. It's going to get to the point where it's unfathomably smart. Right now, I'm not sure. Like I was watching a presentation about AI, I want to say about a month or two ago, and that could be very outdated because it goes so fast. Whatever you knew 1 month ago, it may not be true today because of how rapid things change with AI. But the presentation was saying that right now, AI is like at an Elon Musk level of intelligence. But on the next iteration, it'd be some crazy many more times more than that. I forget what the exact number was. Y'all fact check me on that one. Y'all let me know what it was, but it's going to be up there because AI is it's a powerful technology, and people trying to like keep the reins on it, trying to keep it under control. It's like trying to keep it bull in the ring. I say good luck with that. Good luck with that. I don't really see that being a thing, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm not scared though. Whatever's going to come is going to come. I'm just trying to adapt to it. There's always been new things. There's always been new technology, and I always had to adapt. When I was born, let's say 1984. What was available in 1984? No internet, no cell phone. None of this would be possible in 1984. What were you going to do in 1984? It wasn't none of this electronic stuff at all. Unless you're going to work like, I don't know, maybe you're going to be an electrician. Maybe you work for the government, maybe work some kind of big company, a telecommunications company, something like this. But to just have a personal computer and be able to work on it was not even a thing for the first like 10 years of my life. That wasn't even a thing. But you got kids nowadays who grew up with the technology. A lot of these people who are influencers now grew up from childhood with iPads and iPhones and everything else. This stuff wasn't even a thing. Like to do this it was more recent. This to me is like something that I discovered in my 30s. But you got children doing this right now. So times have changed. So what would be the next change? What would change in those kids' lives? Those kids were born with the technology that I didn't have till I got to be like way older. But what will they grow with? How will technology change for them? It's going to be a big change for them as well. And they're going to adjust the same way I adjusted. So I'm not too concerned about the situation, to be totally honest. So, but to my man that called me, shout out to you. Thank you for that Clark recommendation. But to you guys and anybody else who may be listening, what are some applications that I could use Claude for? Like, I don't use AI for a lot right now. What I use AI for right now is to help with research a little bit, but I would not just take something from AI and say, hey, this is my research. It's like telling somebody to do some research and give you some sources. So they're going to summarize it. And then what I'm going to do is read that. And then I'm going to read the source to see if I can match up what is being said with what it says. So I ain't going to take it for gospel. I'm going to just say, okay, you're able to give me these sources. Let me read this and then see what's going on. I use it to troubleshoot some technical issues I was having. Because right now I'm trying to do something behind the scenes. And I'm trying to figure out, it's like a little issue technically. So I try to have it troubleshoot technical issues that I may be having, rather than trying to call somebody or trying to get customer service for a particular company on the phone. If I can have the AI fix it with its advanced ability to search the internet, then I'll have that be that. But beyond that, there's not much I can really think to do to use with it. I may clip up some of my live streams with Opus Clip. I may use that, which is the AI. I don't know if it has any kind of like Claude or anything in the background, or if it's its own AI, but whatever the case may be, I use stuff like that. But beyond that, I really don't use it. So it'll become trans. Would the AI become trans? Thank you, JV. I appreciate it. Sean Paul says we should have input on AI. Great for our medical research. What else is it needed for? Maybe the Defense Department. We didn't even get social media fixed, and we're bringing AI in. Really? Why? It's a race now between nations. It's bigger than just the United States. It's the entire world trying to get first, trying to be better than the other. China, they got their own AI. They want to be able to develop. They want to be able to utilize it. This is a race now. It's like a Cold War kind of thing happening with AI. Evil Gunner says you could use AI to ban or unban people like Lauren. That's funny. Nah, man. Shout out to, I ain't gonna keep bringing her up. Hey, if you watching Lauren, you just got to act right. You know, you can't be, I don't play that. I run what they say? I run a strip program. I don't play that in my regular life, let alone on a podcast. I would never. No, we're not doing that. We gotta just call and have a good conversation respectfully. Nachi says you can't find anything on Claude pausing development. Oh, okay, so maybe that was that could have been a rumor potentially about Claude pausing development because it was doing too much. Angela B says, and data centers are ruining the environment. We don't have one Earth. With a data center, the problem is everybody want to be on their phone. Everybody want to be doom scrolling, and that takes data centers to be able to do. AI is part of it, but the biggest part is our cell phone data usage. That's the biggest thing. And as the demand increases, you're going to need more and more. Until we can figure out a way to have data centers, or until we can figure out how we can have these things, how we can have this data transmitted more efficiently. Because you have physical, data is like a physical thing. It's a tangible thing. It's not just, air. It's like water. It's like a physical thing that has to move. So that's the issue. Hot Pocket says they only paused their new Fable model for a while. Okay, I got you. That's right, Steve. AI is an arms race, 100%. And if you're not fighting it, you're just going to lose. Because whether you fight or not, the race is still going to happen. It's like, okay, you are put into a race and you don't want to be in the race, but you're in it. They shoot the gun off, everybody else start running, you stay put. You say, well, I didn't want to get put in this race, I don't want to run it. Well, the race is happening and you're losing. And if you lose, it's going to be a consequence. So you got to get up and run. If you're not a good runner, you got to get trained to be a good runner. Thank you, Bob K. Tonight's show was different but interesting. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got. I'm going to go check out Claude and see what I can do with it. If you guys have any suggestions on the applications I can use Claude for, please let me know in the comments or elsewhere. But that'll be a wrap for me. Shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for rocking and rolling. I'll be back live again on Instagram on Tuesday. That's going to be 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday. Back here on Wednesday and Saturday. Maybe, we'll see. But no, definitely on Instagram on Tuesday. Check me out there. And I'm all on different platforms. I'm on the YouTubes. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. I'm everywhere. Go to my website. Check out all my platforms. Go to my website. Also, if you want to contact me, contact at anthonyblogan.com. Don't get scammed by anybody. Use that email. Don't respond to comments. Who you think may be me or random 1,000-digit phone numbers you think may be me is not me. Use the email on the website. And if I can, I'll be able to get back to you. But if I don't get back to you in the email, I read a lot of you guys' emails, your questions, comments, concerns. Hopefully, I won't have a crazy email in there with a bunch of nagging in it. I'm funny. I'm playing. But anyway, shout out to you guys. Did I get everybody? I believe I did. I got a couple more in here. Thank you to Drew Peanuts, who says, happy birthday, President Trump, tomorrow. Happy Flag Day. Hashtag Iran is a toilet. Thank you to Arizona Spring, who says, I guess humans will have to be in AI truck to take the blame for any mechanical or weather issues. Your fault. It was too snowy or a tire fell off. Hey, that's what I got. That's what I'm worried about. It's like, okay, if you have these driverless trucks, what happens when you got a mechanical issue? If you got a mechanical problem, okay, wheel falls off, tire falls off, there's a flat tire, there's any kind of mechanical problem. What happens? Do you just pull over on the side? If you out in middle of nowhere and you got a problem, what happens? Do you fly in somebody from a helicopter to come service it? I don't really know. But thank you guys. I appreciate it. I'll see y'all again next time. But until next time, y'all be safe. I'm out. And peace.